Hello, everyone. We'll just jump into things and see how this plays out. Anyway, yes, we are now testing the system Fate Core, and in doing so, we're heading to space for a weirder, crazier, more gonzo setup where we don't take things too seriously. Aldris here is a space bird wizard. Ryder, you are the... I don't think you said greatest bounty hunter. Yeah, just top the class.
No, I'm the greatest bounty hunter.
Oh, you one of. Have to have some just
if he thinks he is, that's his right to think.
I'm
so.
This is true. This is true. We have a Georgiana who's difficult to describe. I guess if I sum it up, she sounds pretty weird. Lollipop loving, wanderlust, space racing mech pilot. And then Nara, the ship's mechanic, among other things. I say ship's genius. That's probably not too far from the truth.
It's okay, you don't have to be modest.
All right, while we are waiting for Mr. Aldris to come back, hopefully he can actually fix his headset. It's funny. Hey, there we go.
Ooh, just in time.
Can you hear us, good sir?
For now.
For now, wonderful. Did it just randomly stop working?
Yep.
Excellent. I'm very certain that anytime someone hits the stream button anywhere in the world, something breaks.
It was fine for like 2 days.
Yes, exactly. And I didn't stream for 2 days. The second I stream, shit hits the fan, as you do. Near the end of our D&D session, started shit in the bed because it knew. You guys having fun? Having fun? Too damn bad. Time to go do something else. No fun for you. I'm sorry. Anyway, all the same, we shall indeed begin our game. So we're all new to the Fate system. We're kind of just figuring things out here and there. It is definitely interesting. It is incredibly flexible. So I will occasionally be looking over the side to reference some rules and such. I guess to quickly set the scene. Georgiana walked out for a moment. Drink. But yeah, she's the ship's pilot. Ryder's the captain. Aldris is the difficult to describe again. Local lore keeper, I guess. The last Birdman in the universe. And then Nara's the mechanic. Aldris is cool. He just increases the ship's cool factor by like a good amount.
I think that's what we need sometimes.
You really do. I mean, if you don't have one anthro on your team in space, you're doing something wrong. You need at least one alien.
So true.
I mean, one of you could be an alien.
This is his designated position.
His role is just the
cool anthro.
The cool anthro, yeah, exactly. One everybody likes. Excellent. Alrighty, but indeed. Moving forward, our group of bounty hunters, I guess to quickly set the stage in that sense. Nara, you used to work for a group of ne'er-do-wells. Not the nicest people, to put it lightly.
Well, I don't talk about that.
Precisely. You essentially, I think what we decided is you were hanging out with them for the time being, basically until you somewhat discovered, hey, they have this really crazy core, this power source, this something that they got their hands on, and you just couldn't keep your hands off it. It was just too damn interesting.
I see an opportunity, I take it.
Yeah. Can't fault you for that, and they're kind of douchebags anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So you yoinked it. Things happened. Connections were made. And now you're on Ryder's ship, the Kabuto. And you installed this drive, this... I don't think we described what it looked like, maybe because it defies explanation. That's always fun. Maybe it's always shifting and changing. But you installed it into the ship, and it makes it absurdly fast. It can repair itself. Most ships are fitted with some form of AI, but it's gotten maybe somewhat sassier, maybe a little more self-aware. It sort of knows what's going on, more so. Sometimes maybe it takes control out of your guys' hands if, for whatever reason, it determines, man, this music's like weirdly chill. I guess that's technically fine. But yes. That's essentially what's going on there. So because of that, I was also going to say, I thought this was a fun idea. The system, the core, basically what powers it is precious resources in some way, shape, or form, which is why the group that Nara was in wasn't using it, because it wasn't efficient to do so. You basically have to throw... It's a literal money pit. And that's not efficient. And after you guys discovered this, it's a little too late because it's permanently attached to the Kabuto. So because of that, I guess fortunately for Ryder, you guys are bounty hunters. You're hunting bounties. And with bounties comes money. And money powers the ship. And everyone's happy. Ship goes, bounties are bounted. Whatever you do.
Bounted.
Exactly, you bounty them. You bounty them up. Yeah, so our group is basically just going from bounty to bounty, from planet to planet, etc., etc. Just trying to make sure the ship keeps going and this group does not catch up to Nara. I'm not sure exactly how much you've told everybody. Like, they probably know you yoinked it because, you know, it's different. And maybe they're somewhat aware you're being followed.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna hide it.
That's fair. I'll definitely put that ball in your court. I'll definitely, you decide how aware everybody is of, I said, the issue, the matter at hand.
I think that they can be aware if they want to be.
Perfect. Okay, so everybody knows, but guess what? We have a cool ship, so no one's angry. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, this campaign started off as, let's do mechs in space. So yes, everyone else has a mech mode. That's actually how it started. So, all right. So moving on, our team indeed needs cash, and in that, we had a session 0 where you guys fought the Brillo boys to go pick up a package of strange worm meal food, and it was delivered. You guys got some money, maybe not as much as you guys deserve, but all the same, you got some money. The ship's still going, and now we're heading back to a planet to pick up on their job. Long into the night, the Kabuto, as I mentioned, Georgiana, you are the pilot, but the Kabuto can, if you need to, drive itself. It is a very, very fancy plane.
It better be.
The fanciest.
You're throwing a bunch of money and shit into it. Yeah, I would hope so as well.
Great.
And what planet are we headed to?
You are headed to the Umehuda system. And the planet you're going to, I'm using generators for this.
Nice.
The planet you guys are headed to is going to be... let's see. These are always fun. Stroy.
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 S-T-R-O-I.
S-T-R-O-I.
Hey, GG, how long till we're at Stroy?
It'll be another 6 hours, Captain.
Alrighty, excellent. As she says, we flash back to 6 hours ago when Gigi told Ryder that, and in the now, we are arriving to Stroy.
Are we there yet?
We are there yet, fortunately. We can just warp
Yes, Captain, you can stop whining.
I swear this planet better have some hot alien babes.
there. Which planet doesn't have hot alien babes? Come on. This is space. They come with the territory. Alrighty, this is a large, rocky planet that tends to, when in season, tends to have very high temperatures. Fortunately, though, the planet has somewhat of a bubble that will protect it from these high temperatures when in season. Good thing for us, that is not currently the case. It also has a very large, complex ring system spiraling around it. So during the not summer season, Stroy is actually quite habitable. Currently, habitable. Maybe in, 3 Stroy months from now? Less so. But all the same, we land the Kabuto on Stroy. I'll go ahead and just type everything in here. And head off. We land, as per usual, and the 4 of you disembark from the Kabuto. Looking around the hangar, you see there are other various ships. Some are just here to work, some are here to drop off standard cargo and such. Others probably here for the same reason you are. Maybe not the same job, but for the same reason. Stroy is relatively calm when it comes to some planets. As you guys know, some of the riskier but better paying locales, were you to head there, or maybe the seedy underbelly, that definitely pays well, like I mentioned. But watch your ship. Maybe keep a person or two behind, lest you return and, well, I guess you're walking.
I would just like to say
Yes.
that I, as somebody who was part of the seedy underbelly, I would know what to look out for.
I agree. I think you would too.
So nobody's stealing anything from me.
Sounds like a damn plan.
Also,
Yes.
my security system is very inept.
Yeah, so for you guys...
Not for long.
For you guys, not much to worry about. For others, somewhat to worry about. Regardless, even if these tier system is spicy, you don't really want people touching your baby. Understand. So, we head into the city. And as we do, lights are everywhere. Flashing, very exciting, purples and greens and blues. Life to the left, to the right, people hawking their wares, various foods that maybe at one time were unfamiliar to you, but maybe, unfortunately, are somewhat familiar to you. As you're walking by one stand, you can actually see some of the worms that you just recently delivered. And most of you shudder, as this is not something that is... It's made for consumption, but maybe not by you specifically. We head forward as we round the corner and looking about. You guys see the location, Ryder, you were told about. It is... God, sorry, hard to pronounce. Let's do a new name. I'm having fun with these random generators, and these names are impossible to pronounce. Teve. Teve's Terrace. Yeah, Teve's Terrace. Why the hell not? Oops. Oh, it doesn't auto-populate? That's annoying. There we go. All right, and in this location is where we are to meet our quandary and receive our mission. What do the four of you do as you enter?
So, Teve's Terrace is... what exactly is it again?
It is part club, part... Well, you all know its real purpose. But for most people, it's a club. It's a place to hang out, drink, do stupid things, hopefully leave in one piece.
I'm gonna look for a dance partner.
Can I, while they're doing that, can I, like, you know, taste the place?
Sure. What exactly are you looking for?
I just want to, like, memorize the layout in case I need to know.
Okay, so you're primarily just looking about in case, so you're not looking for any, like, one particular person, you're looking for a general overview, right?
Yeah, anybody
Perfect.
who might look suspicious or
Okay.
in the know.
I would say just roll me notice to start with.
That would be under...
Beautiful.
God, I have too many tabs up. I can't even see what I roll.
A 3. That is actually good.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes. So for reference, an 8 is effectively as high as you can roll. If you look
Okay.
at the, I think I gave it to you guys, the cheat sheet. A 0 is mediocre. That's basically everybody. A 3 is good, and an 8 is legendary. If you roll anywhere near an 8, that is basically the epitome of holy shit, you win. So for reference, that is very, very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah, in the way the game scales, you're not necessarily looking at the ladder, I believe is what they call it. You're more so looking at what you're currently rolling in your current situation. So I would say, because you have been here before, Nara, the relative difficulty of scoping out the area, it's on a sliding scale. It was like a 1, a 0. Not really too bad, especially for someone like you. Looking about, you see 1 or 2 exits in the back. As per usual, there are guards there. This place doesn't really... Not really too many fights and such, but not really the best place to pick one, as you'd be gunned down relatively quickly unless you could find another exit, usually through actually the entrance or maybe one of the various windows. Looking about, you can obviously see the bar. There are many dancers of various everythings. I won't go into describing them, but if it's fancies your fancy, it's their dancing.
Fancy's my fancy. All right.
Yes. Georgiana, you said you're looking for a dance partner.
Yeah.
What are your standards?
Low.
Yes.
Anything that knows how to move its hips.
Okay.
Anything that can breathe.
Oh,
Perfect. Are you looking just to dance, or are you looking to
For now, just dance.
just to dance? Okay, excellent.
for now.
I would say go ahead and give me a notice roll as well. The flashing lights and such on the dance floor make it a little hard to see things, so I'll leave that at a 1. Georgiana's focused on this. She knows what she wants. We're looking for optimal dance partners.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's actually easier to roll through the fate utility thing if you want. All right, perfectly right down the middle. So less so a failure, and more so a maybe you won't find the optimal dance partner. Georgiana gets the feeling that someone on the dance floor can actually cut a rug, but unfortunately, her eyes were not able to meet theirs. And instead, you meet someone who is dancing alone. They have 3 arms, 1 jutting out of their chest.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Just testing the dice. They look pretty nice.
Ignore that.
You see a being with 2 claw-like arms dancing by itself currently. It looks like it's covered in some form of carapace and has a 3rd arm coming out of its chest. In no way is it equipped with any weapons or such, and it's wearing what is a traditional, for its people, dance uniform, if you will. Very colorful. Its wings are painted and arrayed in a way to bring forth mates and or dancing partners.
Like a peacock?
Like a
bird
peacock.
of paradise?
Similar but a bug, yes.
Nice.
So you see a bug person just going nuts, Georgiana.
Sure.
All right, you swing on in and begin dancing with this bug person, and they kind of pull their 3rd arm back as they're dancing with you, because normally this is like their gripping arm, like holding onto their dance partner, maybe picking you up and like doing some fun moves with it and whatnot. But as of current, he will respect your space as anyone that gets too handsy here or too weird, well, as I said, there are guards. Also, you look aggressive is the wrong word. You come up to them in a very confident way.
Okay.
So
That's accurate.
that is very accurate. They know what you're here for. So Georgiana, you begin to dance. Aldris and Ryder, what are y'all doing?
I'm going to the bar.
All right.
Same.
Side note, Georgiana, the music I linked in chat, I think you would like. It's dance music.
Oh my.
It's good, yes. Alrighty. You said you both head to the bar?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. As you head up, you see some people actually already arm wrestling. It's all jovial and fun for now. They've definitely had far too many drinks, because you hear plenty of curses and slurred words as someone is very quickly the victor. Cheers jump across the crowd and everyone up front, as apparently the deal was everyone gets a free drink at the table. Not bad. Free drinks are handed out, and the winner kind of walks away holding their wrist, just cursing to themselves as they walk off. The winner kind of like, yeah. And the bartender begins to
back to
look around.
Aldris, and I'm gonna be like, that was weak.
The bartender turns your way, looking to Ryder and Aldris, and says to you, "Greetings. What can I get the 2 of you?"
Sounds like an evil man. Person.
This figure is hunched over, its head essentially protruding from its chest.
Do you got any earth whiskey?
Indeed I do.
Hell yeah, hit me with some of that.
Upper stock or lower?
What?
You got the money?
Of course I got the money, man.
Hey, he gives what you presume is a smile, and begins to sort of look down. You hear some glasses clink together as he pours you a quick whiskey, looking now to Aldris.
I'll have whatever the most popular is.
He looks to you for a moment and says, "Are you sure about that?"
Yep.
All right. He slides the whiskey over to you, Ryder, and then turning around quickly, he kind of shakes a bit, and you see his outfit sort of shift, and 2 more arms pop out, and then 2 more arms pop out from that, and he begins to grab all these various things and mixing and turning and throwing things in the air and whatnot. And initially, no one really says anything. But after a couple seconds, some folk in the crowd are like, "Oh, is he making it? Oh shit, he is."
Oh no.
And you see various slimes and such added to this concoction. The drink is growing larger and larger and larger. This cup is far too large for just a drink. But you're actually noticing that the matter, the liquids inside this drink, are both expanding and then shrinking and then expanding and then shrinking with everything that he adds to it. There is fire, there's ice, it's frozen for a second. He spins it in the air and the cup just like floats there for a good 20-30 seconds, just spinning and basically mixing itself midair. And he turns to you like, and then he looks back over to it.
You sure wanted the weirdest drink.
He catches it and shaking it a few more times, he produces a shot glass and it is just like drip, 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 like 4 drips or so. It is barely even a shot, Aldris, and he slides it over into you, says, "Have fun there, buddy."
Oh boy.
I'm gonna fling him a coin for the whiskey.
Okay. The general way to pay people here, you guys will have cards, and you can have it on your wrist or something. It depends on where you want to keep it, basically how quickly you want to pay for shit. But credits and such, you just kind of, whoop, and then boom, it's paid for.
Okay,
so they don't really deal with physical.
I'll boot my thing then.
Okay. There's actually a payment receptacle, effectively every like 5 or so feet. So even if you, well, let's just say these are kind of put here in this proximity and in this number, primarily because if people don't want to pay, well, they can, you guys have been here before, they can scan various drinkers and eaters and party goers and such. And if you don't have any form of payment on you, well, if you do, they'll just take payment without your permission. If you don't, have fun.
Nice.
Do I see any hot alien babes at the bar?
Everywhere. They're all over the place, dude. You got green, you got blue, you got chicks with wings.
I'm gonna go up to the blue chick.
Big girl, small girl, you got everybody.
I'm gonna go
absolutely everybody.
The spicy blue senorita at the
all right.
bar.
As you head over to the spicy senorita, Aldris, what do you do?
He's my wingman.
The drink is staring at you, at your wingman.
Because he has wings.
Painful. But I didn't hear it because I'm not over there. So it's okay.
I think his mic died.
Every time.
He's just so stunned by that drink that he got.
Knocked out, uncold, like cold.
Mayhaps.
Unconscious.
Let me quickly fling it back over to Nara. After you basically checked the exits and entrances and all the guards and such and the general mood of this place, where did you go to after that? You saw Georgiana go to the dance floor and you saw Ryder and I'll just go get some drinks.
Where on the bar?
The bar is basically directly ahead of you to the left.
Well, where on the bar are Ryder and Aldris?
They're near the middle left.
I'm gonna go far right.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular or just kind of checking?
I don't like to have my back to a crowd of people, so.
Fair enough.
I just sit. Is there anybody near me? Can I sit in the corner?
I'll put it this way. You can't not be near someone.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, you can. It's just you have to speak with certain people and go to certain places in here. But in general, this is a very bumping location.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go to the corner, and if there's somebody else near the corner and they want to talk, I'll talk. But I'll just sit here, have a good time on my own.
I don't see why not. Alrighty, Ryder, you head over to a blue babe who's sort of doing her thing, and she knocks back her drink as you approach her.
Oh, sorry. It's my time to put the moves on.
Put the moves on, indeed.
I'm trying to think of something cheesy.
So you can go for cheesy. You can say, I drop a really cheesy line if you can't think of one and just roll for it. It's all good.
Just say I say a cheesy pickup line.
Like horribly cheesy? Like intentionally cheesy? Or
wait.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. I have good one.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Sure thing.
He's been saving this one up.
I hope so.
I hear him practice in the lounge on our ship. It's really embarrassing.
He wrote it in his hand. Hold up, I got a good one. All right. Yeah.
Hold on, it's opening.
While he's thinking, Georgiana, how's your dance?
Brain's not working.
Are you an aggressive dancer or?
Depends on my partner.
Okay. You can tell that this partner, this bug man, this bug person, is trying very hard to impress you. They're occasionally doing flips, floating, and then flying like around you while they're doing their like arm dance. So while they were basically alone initially while doing their dance, you walking up basically lighted a spark in them, and they're just going nuts.
All right, well, that's more of a slow dance. Enjoy the scene.
Okay. So you are?
Huh?
You're going slower?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying right now.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
watching from the corner
Yeah, it's
at this display.
very difficult to not say Nara.
I am quite impressed, and I'm wondering if this could work.
Looking at their face, they are not humanoid, so it's very difficult to pick up on like how they're feeling, what they're doing. So you're more than welcome to like roll to see what's going on, or you can just soak it all in, just dance. It's all good. Doesn't matter too much.
Soak.
All right, soak in the dance, Ryder. You have
I'm
your
a
cheesy pickup
soaker.
line.
What? Oh, I thought Judy was gonna say something.
Who's thinking about it? She's watching this bug man just lose his shit and dance with her.
All right, so I walk up
Okay.
and I'm like, all right, this is not gonna be the best one.
Good,
That's
cheesier the
fine.
better. Go for it.
I'd be like, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put E and I together.
Alrighty. She looks at you for a moment, and you get the feeling that this joke does not translate into her language. Go ahead and roll me rapport.
Whatever rapport is, okay.
Basically, rapport is charisma. Your general conversation skills. Okay, not awful. Not great, but not awful. She cracks somewhat of a smile. And while you can tell that she definitely probably didn't understand your joke, all the same, she's willing to open conversations with you, Ryder, and you two just start chatting about things. All right,
Yeah.
Aldris, I think he is in the void currently. I think his mic exploded. Did he respond to me saying mic dead? No, he didn't. Okay. Oh yes, I do like that one. Are you from Mars? Because you look out of this world. Those are always fun. Alrighty. Anyway, we'll say you guys party for a reasonable amount of time, but we all know why we are here. So who wishes to initiate the job?
Well, you see, I would, but unfortunately, I'm busy at the moment.
I try to catch his eye from across the counter, from across the room, or whatever. Is there any way? Like I'm sending daggers.
You're trying to get his attention, basically?
Yeah.
My attention?
Yeah.
Are you intentionally ignoring Ryder, or are you
I'm gonna look over. Am I talking to her in like alien, or can she kind of understand me?
there are
An alien.
yeah, so you can choose to speak in obviously, languages are difficult to learn as they are in our time. Universal translators are very, very common in this world.
Oh, okay. I probably have one of those because I probably
Everyone would have one. You're a professional, damn it, and you want to get laid sometimes, so it's good to be able to speak someone's language.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, I'll look at Nara and I'll give her the one uno momento finger.
Wait,
Okay.
I raise my eyebrows really high. I'm like giving him a look, like, and then I tap my wrist, like time's ticking. But after that, I'm like, all right, and that's enough energy for
I'll give her like I'll be like, all right, Space Babe. I'll catch you on the flip side, and I'll walk over to Nara.
Okay. Ryder, you finish your conversation. You head over to Nara. Georgiana, how's your dance going? Are you getting into it now, or are you watching?
Can I see there's another of this creature's kind around?
Difficult to tell. Once you're on the dance floor, they almost intentionally blind you with a light. I would say roll me a notice.
I clicked it twice.
You did, and that first one's really good. So yes, actually looking around, you see a relatively lonely looking bug drowning their worries about 4 tables down to your right.
I'm gonna scooch a little closer.
Okay.
Tap him to make sure I have his attention, then point to the lonely one.
You're scooching closer to the dancer?
Yeah.
All right, then this is borderline dangerous. Their arms are whipping all over the place. Georgiana, you go to tap, and then he just like quick spin, like God, okay. And you wait, but once you get your moment in, you like sneak in and give him a quick like, hey, I want to talk to you, tap. Because like I said, lights, action. People are grinding up against each other. It's getting sweaty. For those people that can sweat, other people are sweating through their tungos, and you pause them for a moment, like, yo, dude, and they kind of give you like a, and then you look. And you turn over and you're trying to point them to the lonely one. They look to the lonely one, then look back to you.
That's a her, and you're gonna get lucky tonight.
They kind of give you a look. You could tell they were assuming there was there was something going on here. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me rapport with this bug. See if you offend them or not.
I don't think it's gonna work physically.
Okay, not bad. As you say this, the bug kind of gives you a look of like, and then looks over to the other bug, and their eyes meet for a moment, and it's just like, ooh, baby, I love the way. And a moment, they are connected in time, and the bug looks to you and puts his hand on your shoulder and says, I'm sorry, I don't think it would have worked between us.
That's all right. I play matchmaker sometimes.
You are a wonderful partner. As they straighten their back and kind of and slowly saunter over to the more lonely-looking bug in the corner. And you see very quickly they sort of hit it off. He starts off slow, and then they begin to discuss something as they kind of amp each other up, and then jump to the dance floor and begin cutting a rug, if you will.
Cutting a rug.
All right, Mr. Aldris, is your...
I'll saunter over to the bar.
All right. Aldris, is your mic still dead? Leaning towards yes. That is really unfortunate. Damn. All right. To the bar where Nara and Ryder are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will say this entire time, Aldris has just been staring into the face of this drink of like, do I? I already paid for it. Why all the pomp and circumstance? All right, the 3 of you are now together, and as I mentioned, you know why you're here. You know if you wish to speak with Teve, you are more than welcome to do so. You just need to go to one of the upper terraces of this location, as there are multiple, and you will be granted an audience with them.
When I walk up to Nara, I'm just gonna be like, man, you're killing my vibe. I was going somewhere with that one.
You know, you're a bounty hunter. I think that's your skill set.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Hurtful.
Come on, Nara. You know it's nicer than that. Everyone's got a bounty.
And then I'll go get me a blue or green check. It's all good.
Yeah,
I like that blue one over there.
Next time, after this is finished, the whole thing that we're not talking about, I won't bother you at all. You do your thing, no problems. I'm a little antsy.
All right, well let's go get this bounty.
As you say that, Nara, you get a tap on your shoulder.
I turn around.
You turn and see a giant person in the shape of an ant, and they're looking down at you. It says, What's that supposed to mean? Antsy.
You know, like my relation, like my aunt. You know, aunt, uncle. It's a human thing.
Multiple eyes narrow at you. The human traditions. Not familiar. And they kind of look you over real quick, and then...
It's pretty strange. I understand that it could seem a little offensive, but I promise that is not the way.
You kind of look like one of those bugs on our planet. They're like really tiny.
He shoots back a drink real quick, and one of his eyes narrows as the other widens, looking right at you, Ryder. Tiny, Are they good? I'm not familiar with your Earth planet.
I don't know, they can't talk.
You're clearly superior.
Clearly.
Actually.
And he turns to continue with his drink, speaking with his compatriots.
How big is he?
A little past, well, he's currently sitting, but he's very clearly taller than 6 feet, and he's very wide. He's a very chunky Ant-Man. Arms and everything. He's not wearing anything. His carapace isn't covered with clothes. It's painted and not scarred, but almost as if someone were to like chisel, so like like a human tattoo, but chiseling away at the armor just enough to have a nice design.
Nice.
All right. Looking about where the three of you go.
So can we proceed to where the bounty pickup is?
Of course.
Wherever that is.
All right. The four of you head forward, as you do. And as you ascend the steps, looking around Teeves Terrace, it's about a 4 or 5 story building of dancing, alcohol, party, and maybe some under-the-table deals. You guys head up to the 4th floor, and you see just up ahead of you the final stair set, the one that contains Teeve himself, surrounded by various guards. And they're chit-chatting with each other as the 4 of you walk up.
What's that, Teeve, old chum?
His guards look at you and look to each other, and then back to you. You need to say Teeve?
Indeed.
What's the password?
Wait, did I not? I thought we walked in front of him.
You walked up to his guards.
Oh, shit, my bad. I thought you said
Yeah.
we walked up to him and his guards.
No, his guards.
My bad.
There are multiple guards waiting in front of the stair set that leads up to Teeve.
Oh, okay. So, walking up to the guards.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? We got business with Teeve inside.
Business.
Yeah, business.
Who is your group? Who are the 4 of you?
Tell Teeve Ryder's outside. He knows who I am.
They look to each other and they kind of whip out a notepad as they kind of go through it. Oh, yours is that one ship, Kabuto, yes. Yes. All right.
Yeah, the greatest ship in the galaxy. We know.
Sure thing, buddy. All right. It actually does indeed look like Teeves here to see you. Yes. You may ascend the steps. As they both move to the side, the steps begin to light as you step up them. Each footstep going forward, light, purple, pulsing, almost with the beat.
While I'm walking, I'm gonna be walking like with the beat, just because it's funny.
Perfect. It's almost hard not to do this, actually. Like for a second, you think, "Oh, I'll throw it off," but it's like, nah. It feels too good to do it the right way. And as you ascend, the door in front of you lights among the rim, starting from the bottom left corner, like, and then the door kind of, and then you can tell it is now unlocked as it kind of and swings open ever so slightly. It hasn't opened all the way. It just kind of cracked open.
I'm gonna push it open.
All right. As you open the door, the 4 of you head in. And closing the door behind you, the music does not mute, but it obviously grows much more faint. There's nothing playing in Teve's room. It is lit normally. Just some very, very... it's more so warm lighting. No crazy colors, just that usual kind of, I would say, sickly yellow. But just a few lights that rim the left and right. It's actually slightly hard to see in his room compared to the rest of this abode. As you look about, you can tell that he most likely just finished up with someone. He's collecting some papers and such as Teve turns in his giant chair to you. He's in a very large, floating, partially chromium, partially lit with various dull lights along the side, floating chair. And as it turns, you see Teve, a very large, bulbousy, be really quick. No worries. I can pause for a moment. I'm very sad that Aldris is dead in the water. Yeah. His
he's
headset.
currently staring at his drink and he doesn't know what's happening.
He's still down there looking at that drink and just like, do I drink it?
No, he's not still at the bar. He has it in his hand.
Oh, you brought it with him?
Yeah, he's walking in with it. He's just like, should I drink it? I mean,
you paid for it. He can do what he wants. I will not stop him.
Baby,
Also, I can mess with this. I have this the damn, if only I knew how to write macros, but I don't. Sad. Darn. I'm looking at this trying to figure out how to make this less chunky. The stroke is to this, the outside. Font size should be 48. I don't know why it's so like ugh. Not a big deal. Alrighty. And as you guys see this figure, you see Teve, as you have indeed seen him before. He's a rather large, green-skinned individual, wearing a coat, some sort of shirt that he's desperately trying to fit into. Teve does not have arms. Teve barely has legs. They're kind of these two little nibs that sort of end at the end of his fat body.
What's up, Teve, old chum?
Teve's bowl turns to you, as Teve also does not have a head. Teve has multiple tentacles that are kind of coming off from his body, and 4 of them are holding a bowl with 2 eyes in it. And the 2 eyes look to you, Ryder, and you hear him say, "Hello?
Have you been?
I've been doing well. And yourselves?" His various tentacles are kind of moving about, touching papers
just,
and
trying to collect bounties. Do you have a good one for me?
Of course I do. Are you ready for? You sort of see like the liquid sort of bubble and such as he kind of turns his glass around a bit, holding up multiple data pads. He's reading through them, multiple sheets, kind of flips through them really quick, and they kind of fuse into themselves as he rolls them off to the side and kind of blech. Yes, I was thinking this one. He tosses a data pad onto the table and it slides across to your group. It shouldn't be too difficult for the self-proclaimed greatest bounty hunter in all of the galaxy, yes?
Self-proclaimed?
I don't know about self-proclaimed. I mean, it's kind of a fact.
There's a lot of people out there, Ryder.
Listen, those people think they're the best. But me and my crew are the best.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there. There's gotta be one who's better than the rest.
All right.
I think I'm just saying.
That's not against you. That she's technically saying you could be that one.
No, I don't.
I'm just saying, he's saying there's a lot of people, but, maybe he thinks he's the best whatever, but...
Teve laughs again, and you can see the bubbles billow up in his little glass container as his eyes are sort of jutting about. He's looking at your group and looking at all the various bits of just data in front of him and whatnot. He kind of like clicks on something as this bit comes up and a giant screen is erected to his right. He starts kind of scrolling through it, and he opens a few things and then points to them, and then you can see a map sort of appear in front of all of you, and he's sort of like...
For the bounty?
Yeah, and he starts like pulling through the map real quick, and then he points at a planet. He says, "You will be going here to Deroy. I need you to pick up something for me."
Can't, like, in the description of the bounty, does it say what, like, is it a person? Is it an alien? Like,
traditionally,
dead or alive?
Yeah, so traditionally in the data pad has all the details, or at least all the details that they have to give to you. Other than that, he usually gives you a quick rundown where you can ask any questions. Within the data pad has everything else you would need. Most of the discussions are just formalities. You do know, right, that some people just come in, grab bounty, and leave.
What exactly are we looking for?
Less of a who and more of a what for this one. I need eggs, Ryder. I need lots of eggs.
Are you saying eggs?
He nods, and by he, I mean like his entire self just kind of like nods at you. Correct, Ryder. Eggs.
Well, there goes my head collection. All right.
I won't stop you from collecting heads, Ryder. If anyone gets in the way, I won't tell you to not. And he sort of realizes he doesn't have a neck, but one of his tentacles kind of come up and he motions to you like...
Well, you know, I guess I'll figure out how to extend my trophy room.
Of course, of course.
So how many eggs do you need?
As many as you can get your hands on, Ryder.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get all your eggs.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. A fair warning, there will most likely be others there looking for them.
So
I sent a crew back there about...
lesser bounty hunters?
Sure, lesser bounty hunters. Probably dead ones. I sent someone there not too long ago, and they've ceased communications with me. It's more prosperous of them to bring the eggs back. They don't know what they're for.
So, do we need to, like, is there a certain, carefulness we gotta be with these eggs? Like, how delicate are they?
Well, they're quite large, and their shells are thick. So, as long as you're reasonably careful, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, Ryder. They are quite large, though. As I mentioned, he sort of motions and then pokes a few things on his heads-up display as a very large egg, maybe 2 or so feet tall, is digitally projected in front of you. And then he motions to that and says, "They're about that size."
So how much shellings are we talking about here?
Enough to make you happy. But I will only pay per egg. Of course, expenses are on you, as per usual.
Don't worry, I got this in the bag.
Good. Do be careful and try not to break anything.
Love it.
You got it.
He turns as you say that, snatching up the data pad, and he kind of goes through more information and whatnot. You see various names and such. Information he does not mind you seeing. Various bounty hunters and names and people you've caught, people that are still on the run, rivals, other space racers you run into, Georgiana. Nara, you recognize a few names.
Do I recognize any names that were part of the...
Yes, definitely. Mainly because they normally work above ground, which is why you join them. But they very much have an underground sect that they're relatively quiet about, but they feel like they don't need to be too hush-hush about it just because, bang, bang.
Like legal front business.
Effectively, yeah. They kind of front a little bit, but yeah. We all know better. We're no fools.
And you said the place is called what?
It's called Deroy. The planet of ice.
Planet of ice, huh?
Well, I guess
Indeed.
we're going to bring our snow gear.
Alrighty. As you all begin to look around a bit and prepare, I assume we all leave the club.
I gotta first pick up me a honey.
Before
we go, yes.
Okay.
listen, we don't know what's gonna happen on this mission.
I salute you. And I keep walking.
All right. I will actually say...
and I got a good pickup line this time.
Yeah. I will say, on that note, what you're doing will distract you long enough that it will put you guys at a slight disadvantage in this upcoming mission because you're spending time hooking up and not spending time while doing the mission. And because of that...
I'll have you know, I am doing exactly what I need to be doing.
That's kind of why I didn't bother with Bugman anymore.
So, Ryder, I will definitely invoke Hot in the Waves Distract Me, which gives you a fate point.
Yes!
And remember, you guys can invoke other people's aspects. So if you say, Georgiana, would you not be distracted at this? Or Nara, would you not want to do this? And you go, yeah, I probably would. You guys are always welcome to say no. I can always say no. I'm like, that doesn't really work too much. But you guys are more than welcome to poke each other's aspects and say, or your own, and say like, hey, they have to be negatives, though. It can't just be like, I do this thing. There has to be some downside to it. But when you do it and accept it, you get a fate point. So,
can I walk back into the bar and I just see like a light shimmer on this like green alien chick, and it's just like in a movie where you're just like, ah.
Yes. The waves part, and people are. You feel as if you got when your eyes lock. The room is basically parting, like the ocean. And your quarry awaits you at the end, and she sees you.
Cheesy pickup line.
Yes. She looks at you almost as of anticipation, expecting it to be very cheesy.
Hey girl, my spaceship is ready. You want to ride?
Was that the pickup line?
She shrugs a bit and lets you know that she's heard.
Hear that? How far away is he?
Good point.
I guess tell though. I have sensors.
I mean, you know he's kind of just doing that. I guess the question is to you, how close were you? But for Nara.
How close were you?
No, how close were you following him?
Oh, pretty closely. But like,
okay, then you definitely heard it.
I mean, I was like following to eventually deviate on the path.
Okay. After you give her that really shitty pickup line, she looks at you and says, according to the second law of thermodynamics, you're supposed to share your hotness with me.
Hey, I was gonna use another one. That was like the second one I saw, so.
Perfect.
Oh,
so you both share your horrible cheesy lines, and
they know what they're here for.
Exactly.
I really do salute that.
Exactly.
I move on.
Nah, she ain't messing around. All right, so you move on. They hook up for the time being. We'll just say Aldous is following you guys while staring into the face of this this drink that he dares not drink. But he has it, and yeah.
Did you drink it? I know you can't talk, but
he can't hear us either.
Can he type?
No. Yeah, he can type, but he doesn't know he can. Yeah. I typed if he can hear. Is he still in? Yeah, he's technically in Foundry. I have no idea actually. That shit sucks.
Is he on? Is he in Discord?
He's in Discord, yeah. He's still in chat, but like if he can't hear us, he can't talk either. So.
Ah, bummer.
Yeah. So if we say type if you can hear us, he can't even hear us.
Try turning it on and off again.
He's literally uninstalled the program and like reinstalled it. I don't know what the hell's going on.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, shit's weird. Anyway, in the meantime, Nara and Georgiana, what are y'all doing? You see Ryder get distracted.
Does she have a sister?
What?
Oh my god.
Does the one he picked up have a sister?
She has a friend.
Can I hear the friend?
Yes.
Can I have a friend?
The friend very much looks like, aw, alone. And then Georgiana, you saunter on up. And then her eyes light up like, ooh. Do you also have a cheesy pickup line, or do you just like start talking to her?
I'm giving her the smolder.
Okay, she's smoldering back at you. You guys are having a smolder off.
This is why Gigi's in my crew.
Can I offer my hand and lead her away?
Yes, to the dance floor, or
no, away.
No, a back corner.
Okay, a back corner of this area or somewhere else.
I don't know. Somewhere we can be alone.
Okay, sure. Yes. She sees what you want. You see what she wants. You guys are both very much on the same page. Yes, you bring her to somewhere else that's not here, where you guys can be alone. Nara, you're now alone with the Birdman that's just staring into his drink.
I pat the
if the cat was gonna do it
on the back
Okay.
I'm just hearing that song that Daniel was singing earlier.
I catch the attention of the bartender. If
Okay.
I can, I guess.
He looks over to you.
I'm like, do you have any
What are you
takeout?
buying?
What'd you ask?
You got any drinks I can take out? Like a, margarita to go or something?
That's illegal.
It is not actually. As he looks, he says, "Of course. Is that what you'll be having?
Are you trying to get a sippy cup?
Wonderful."
Yeah.
And he quickly
Yeah.
throws together a margarita for you in a to-go
Hell yeah.
cup.
Sexy.
He looks to Aldris and kind of laughs to himself, saying that he still hasn't even touched the drink yet. Aldris kind of turns it to see if maybe considers dumping it, but the drink is like, oh, you drink? Holy shit, you're here.
He's back!
Has-
Ah!
Your turn. Welcome back.
What? Ah! Oh well, he comes back and I'm patting him on the back.
All right, wonderful.
Nice.
I take the. Sorry, because he asked if it was a sippy cup. I was gonna say I take the sippy cup.
It can be a sippy cup if you want.
Yeah, it'll be a sippy cup.
Hell yeah. Don't
So I
drop
take
it.
What?
So you don't want to spill your drink on the go. That'd be horrible.
Exactly. Like I am, I work in a fast-paced environment.
There's no shame in a little sippy cup margarita.
It's fine. Getting stuff, on my circuit boards, absolutely terrible.
Oh, the worst.
I take it and I pay the guy and I give him a good tip.
Okay.
Whatever a space tip
He
qualifies
gives you a
as.
smile at that, and Aldrich said, "Are you finally drinking it?"
Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll me.
Oh boy.
I want 2 rolls from you. Roll me
Like I came back
physique.
for this?
Yeah, roll me physique and will.
Nice.
Rip.
Nice.
Okay. You can, of course, re-roll these if any of your aspects make sense to do so.
Nope.
All right. Then Aldrich gets to have some fun as he
Oh,
quickly shoots this boy down, and it's a little sour. It's got a little zang to it. And as you're thinking, oh, that was kind of interesting. Oh, that was kind of interesting. Oh, that was kind of interesting. Oh, that was kind of interesting in terms of the flavors. It just doesn't stop. It just keeps going. You're like, okay. Why is it changing so much? I'm done drinking it. And it just keeps going. Your tongue is just experiencing Flavor Town. But like, I want to get off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride Flavor Town. It ain't stopping. It's just going and going and going. And you're like, okay. And you start looking around. The lights are just, they're really welcoming and warm. And they speed up and they kind of slow down a bit. And you start like kind of jamming with the music. You're like, all right, you know what? This music's pretty dope. I'm digging it. And Nara, you look to Aldrich and his hands are up and his wings are out, and he's just like, oh baby.
Oh, no.
And he's just chilling to the music right now.
Nice.
I lean over to the bartender. I'm like, what was in that?
What wasn't in that?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Did you put some of whatever that was in this? Just a little bit.
He sort of winks at you and collects some of the bits. It took him like 5 or so minutes to make Aldrich his drink. But
I only want like a dime. What's that?
Yeah, he prepares some bits for you, and then he kind of gets all that situated. I'm gonna say, Aldrich, you currently have a mild consequence of just you're in Flavor Town right now.
Flavor Town.
You're in Flavor Town, yeah.
Nice.
Flavor Town.
It'll go away when you're no longer high, but you're currently in Flavor Town. Population,
Perfect.
Aldrich and
I've
anyone
always
else, yeah, and anyone else here.
Right.
Alrighty,
So he gets it together.
No, he's gonna be in Flavor Town for a while. So either you just let him. Oh, the drink?
He can. Yeah, the drink.
Oh no, you're good. He put it.
Okay, I give him
for you
some
really
extra
quick.
money.
Yeah, okay, he's very happy about that. I'll actually go ahead and say, roll me. Where is the word? Am I blind? Resources.
Resources?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Okay.
Rip.
You spent maybe a little more money than you intended on drinks today.
Yeah, it's it's a habit. And not a habit, but it's God, what's the word? I can't even think of it. A hazard.
Yeah. Maybe you unintentionally tipped him a bit too much while worrying for your friend.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll make it back. Okay.
Is my cowabunga time done?
Realistically, Georgiana. Wow. Georgiana and
back to the ship.
I would say Nara's still like in the room. It's been like maybe a minute or two at most, so I would hope your cowabunga time is not done yet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how much time has passed.
No, like a minute or two. I mean, if you want to solidify that Ryder is the...
Ignore what I just
said. All right. Ryder, the one pump chump. All right. Alrighty. Nara, the stage is yours because Georgiana and Ryder are getting some nookie, and Aldris is having nookie with the universe right now.
Well,
can since me and Gigi like kind of almost did that at the same time, I think it'd be really funny if like we walked almost like in the same direction, and I saw her with the other chick, and she saw me with the green girl, and I just like give her that smile,
like thumbs up,
and then we just go our separate ways.
Sure. So the two of you head off to have a good time before your bounty. And Nara, realistically, the stage is yours because you're the only person that still has control over their brain.
My faculties.
Exactly.
I am getting my bounty. I'm getting to my yar booty.
Exactly.
Do I have like the data pad and stuff that has all that information on it?
Yeah. It's readily available to your entire crew.
Where's Aldris?
Aldris is in the club clubbing. As a Birdman do.
So I don't see him anymore.
No, you can see him. He's shooting magic and shit, and like just having a good ass time.
Oh my god!
He has no control over himself anymore.
There's wings.
People can't tell because they think it's just like the lighting. So it's not really drawing any unwanted attention. He's just currently maybe putting on too much of a show, but you think he's safe for now.
All right, as long as I think that he's not gonna, completely tank his whatever.
I'll toss who?
Aldris.
I don't know, like 5'8"-ish, 5'8", 5'9".
Nara, how tall are you?
Like 5'3".
5'3". Gigi, how tall are you?
Oh, I hadn't decided.
You're an Amazon goddess.
I'm gonna say
6 feet tall.
Be a giant woman.
A nice average 5'6".
Okay. I'm 6'2".
Oh, you're 5'6". Okay, so you're a half foot taller than real life.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I'm pathetic. I want to be taller than Georgiana.
you want to be taller than Georgiana?
Oh yeah.
Okay, is it by like 1 inch, 5'7"?
God, rude.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Nice. I want to be taller. Okay, you're 5'8". No, I want to be taller. You're both 10 feet tall. Stop.
I think that this is the way that it is with me and Mel.
Yeah.
I'm an inch taller.
The height fight.
Wait, are you actually taller than her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It has to remain pristine.
It's hard to be shorter than her, to be fair.
The younger sibling is always taller.
I mean, you say that, but I'm also like the shortest person in my friend group, so...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, we're both super short.
Yeah.
What? Sad. But a fact of life,
Indeed.
I could fit in a car trunk.
I don't know how I feel about that comment.
Don't worry, kidnappers. I can fit.
I know, right?
I went
I'm
to the
compact.
Spy Museum and
You barely
had
need to fold me.
a thing that was like, "Can you fit in this cabin?" And I could.
You wouldn't need
But
to cut
my
my legs
friends
off.
could
You're like, wow, how
You would
convenient.
not need to cut them off. I can just curl up.
Excellent.
Okay, so after seeing that Aldris is at least functioning again, instead of staring blankly into his drink, I'm going to go back to the ship.
Okay.
And I'm going to pour over every detail of this data pad information that we've been given for the bounty.
Considering you have time to do so, that doesn't require a roll or anything, you just begin reading through it, basically. Long story short, there are beasties on this planet that lay eggs, giant ice worms. and they are relatively dangerous. So usually the best, well, he doesn't tell you how to do it, but considering the egg itself is about 2 feet tall, you assume giant is giant. So probably don't just go in head first, shooting things and stealing eggs. You most likely want to, devise a different sort of plan. But you do know that the planet itself is quite hostile. It is going to be far below freezing the entire time there, so you need to prepare for that. And
So
as he
it's
mentioned,
Sorry.
basically, as he mentioned, other hunters will most likely be there. And because 2 people are getting nookie, and the third person is space racing in his mind, you guys will be a little late getting there.
Oh, we'll be late getting there. So there's other people who are already on the same bounty.
Indeed.
Maybe he should have done the 1 pound jump. We gotta go. Okay, so I'm gonna read that whole thing and do some research on the creatures just to see if I can get a leg up on them.
Okay. When you're researching, what precisely are you researching? Are you like within your own, like library information, or what are you looking at exactly?
So I am, I think I have my own library of information, where I have a lot of places that I know where to look and how to get into to research.
That makes sense.
Like maybe stuff that isn't necessarily publicly available to the, any library patron, but
sure. Since you're getting this from yourself, I would say you roll lore, because you're reading through your own books and such, rather than reaching out to get some context.
My lore is so low.
I will say, remember, unless you put all your stats together, you have 1 4, you have 2 3s, you have 2 2s, so you can have 1 more 2, and you can have 2 more 1s. So your stats aren't done yet.
I'm gonna do a 2.
Okay. And remember, we can totally move these around if it logically makes sense. If you're like, man, I am not using crafts for anything. Your character does, obviously.
I feel like it would make sense if I had a lore thing for
you're smart. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, because lore encompasses knowledge, education, history, languages, religion, and law. So,
do you think that would be better as a great or just as a fair?
You can test it at a +1 for now, and if you want for more, you can do +2.
Okay.
And then remember, every time we complete a session, we will level up twice. So
how would I? Oh, I can do it here. So
to increase your stat, you need to do it on your character sheet. Do you know how to do that, or was it not working for you?
So I have the skill editor.
Okay.
Did that?
Oh, you did it.
That fix it.
Right, 2 on lore. Yes, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and reroll that.
All right.
Ooh,
nice.
Juicy. All right, 4. Hell yeah. Nice. Alrighty. While looking through your books and such, Nara, you do indeed discover some things we can share with the party when they get back here. And Aldris, in your universe expansion state, what are you currently doing?
Honestly, I probably just passed out at this point now.
Okay. Aldris partied his feathers out, and he just kind of juiced out on magic. So he's just laying on the ground, just still vibing. Like, he wants to pass out, but he can't, so he's just vibing. And then as you vibe there, you kind of bump into something, you think it's the wall, and then you turn, you see someone else just vibing on the floor with you.
Nice.
And then you realize as you look around, this is like the floor section, and there's a whole bunch of people just lying on the floor, like a carpet's worth of people, just vibing on the floor, just wriggling.
Perfect.
Alrighty, and we'll say some hours, some time later, I won't put a precise number on it, Aldris, you just kind of like, just come back to like the now, basically, and you feel like you just went on like a vision quest. You saw your people, you saw like all this crazy shit. You think maybe there was something there, maybe you remembered something, but you're not entirely sure. And Ryder and Georgiana, you guys have gotten your nookie.
Gang.
Woohoo!
Roll for STD. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, I think that in a
we're safe.
Reality where there are dozens of alien species, I think that the chance of alien STDs is probably higher than we would.
Oh, super high.
Yeah.
I want to say in this universe there was a time where the alien STDs were like everywhere, and like you looked at someone the wrong way because like the way they procreate isn't the same. Like they don't bump uglies. Maybe they just like touch each other. Like hey, like I touch your shoulder and oh I'm pregnant. So
What?
yeah, exactly. So because of that, maybe there was like an era where there was just like STDs everywhere and like people were getting pregnant on accident, and it's like so this needs to stop for like 2 seconds, and then like we did something and like. Birth control is much better now. People can just kind of have sex and do what the hell they want to do now without worrying about their genitals exploding. So, people are happier and hornier. It's great.
All right. Well, I'm doing my thing on the ship, so I'm just waiting for everybody to get back so I can debrief them.
Ew. All right.
Ew.
I stroll onto the ship with like my jacket over my shoulder with like a big smile on my face.
Considering how bad those pickup lines were, I feel like my pun could have been used a lot more effectively.
That poem's actually really good if it was intentional.
Lines work 90% of the time. All right.
Well, not because they're good.
All right, the three of you return
when
to.
So bad, it's kind of endearing.
The three of you come back to the Kabuto, and you see that Nara's already busily working away. She has multiple data pads open. She's in one of the information rooms, sort of moving things around, trying to get things figured out. She's knee deep in research.
Hey, Gigi,
Yeah?
set a course to DeRoy.
Done.
All right, are you piloting it yourself, Georgiana?
Oh, you bet.
All right, you jump into the pilot seat, the Kabuto roars to life, and you all begin to head to the planet of DeRoy. Oh. All right.
Hey, Eldris, you don't look so hot.
Does he have a bird migraine? A bird
Of course.
hangover?
What was even in that shot?
I don't know.
I sip mine really quietly.
So you have enough of it, Nara, that you're kind of vibing, but like not to the point where you've lost control of your faculties.
Not at all. I know.
You're
how
almost
to
like
take
a
drink.
like a Zen state almost.
Nice. I'm deeper into the research. I am connecting things that should not be connected.
Exactly. All right.
Since I'm kind of like I kind of do this partying thing a lot, and I've been around alien shit quite a bit. I have like in my coat pocket like these pills that are really good at like crushing hangovers from alien weird drinks. That
Okay.
like toss one over at Aldris. I'm like, here, take this. It'll make you feel better.
I probably don't even catch it.
I
like try, but just I
arm
miss.
and then doesn't do anything.
Pretty much.
Perfect.
Bings off his head.
All right.
I try.
You all head forward as the Kabuto folds through space, and you guys warp to your destination on DeRoy. And as you arrive, you see that your sensors pick up that maybe one or two ships are floating around the atmosphere. So yes, someone indeed has already made it. They're cloaking as they do, but fortunately the Kabuto has more information than most ships do. And I wonder why that is, wink. Alrighty, the briefing that you all received was basically planet is cold, very, 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 very cold. There are ice worms, and there should be other bounty hunters here, probably ahead of time. And in terms of weaknesses, while they do not like the heat for obvious reasons, their very tough carapaces are actually able to resist it to some degree. As it is so cold here, it's actually difficult to even utilize a heat-type weakness.
I'm gonna put some attachments in my robot arm before we head out.
Okay. What kind of attachments?
Well, it's like internal, like so I can kind of like shoot them out.
Okay.
So my arm still looks like my hand,
Yeah.
or my human arm, except
Okay.
it's robot. But
Okay.
I can like press buttons and make things, weapons and other such. But like, fire weapons and other bounty hunting gizmos that I need.
Yeah, of course. I will change your mild consequence to coming down. So you're almost healed. Your brain is starting to catch up, Aldris.
Poor Aldris.
Is it though?
Hopefully. You only had one shot of it, so you live. Alrighty, the four of you floating around Deroy. You can see that it has multiple moons, and I don't need to tell you, it is completely covered in ice. What do we do? How do we prepare? How do we go down?
Well-
GT, do you see a good spot for us to land?
I was just gonna say I was gonna look for one.
All right, Georgiana, you use your scanners to see where is the safest place for us to land. I'll ask you if you want to roll something else. You're more than welcome to, but I would say roll investigate. You're looking for a very, very specific thing. Oh my god, nice. All right.
Eagle eye.
Hell yeah. Looking around, Georgiana, it takes you about a moment. And sort of scanning and scanning and scanning, like, no, this, wow, you almost rolled max. Holy shit, you rolled +3. Hell yeah, that's incredibly rare in Fate. Awesome.
These are all my D&D luck is.
I mean, sort of. You're rolling 4 dice to the 1, so you get 4 RNGs out of the way. Looking about and checking your scanners, Georgiana, you can see multiple inconvenient locations to land, and someone took one of them. The poor fool. It looked like it would have been a good location to land, but fortunately, Georgiana is very good at her job. And looking about, you actually find it's sort of far from where you think most of the ice worms will be. Nara, looking through your data, you find that they definitely tend to hang out near caves and such. A lot of them, they are worms, so they burrow, obviously. But they like to go underground. That way they can keep their eggs safe.
Did you say that we saw a good parking spot, but somebody was already there?
You saw a good parking spot that seemed like a good parking spot, but now that Georgiana has scanned it thoroughly, she's determined that is not the case. And someone's already there. Yes.
So like another ship is
When-
there?
Yes.
When
Hey,
I was,
Nara, can you scan real quick if there's anybody on that ship?
yeah, I can do that. No problem, boss.
Your problem, nerd. What were you asking, Nara?
You just said nerd.
What was I gonna say? Oh, when I was looking up the planet type stuff, is there a way to check to see who has accepted a bounty on something?
Not necessarily without better resources or hacking or something. He doesn't necessarily want that to be
Okay.
public information, but you do know there would be a way to figure it out. That would be either something through contacts or through your hacking burglary. The
Okay,
downside, of
'cause
course,
I-
is if you fail that, they would know you tried getting
will
into their
know.
system. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try. Can I scan that other ship to see if there's any people on board?
You may, yes. Are you trying to hail them? Are you? Is this more of a
Yeah.
Just trying to see
checking
if there's
or?
people in
I
there.
want to see if there are people still on the ship or if they are already out. So-
Traditionally, there would always be someone left behind, but you're more than welcome to check. I would say since you are hacking into them, burglary makes the most sense.
Okay.
Because
I
you're
mean,
checking
I
for life
expected it
forms
to
on the
be
ship without their consent. So
Yeah, I expect that there will be some people on board, but I want to see if, like, the quote-unquote hunting party has already exited.
sure. Burgle.
Burgle.
Alrighty. You ping their ship, and let me roll against that. I'll roll a +1 notice against that. Well, sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes. So, Nara, you go to ping their ship. And when you do, you're actually able to get in relatively easily. But you notice that they notice you pretty quickly. You can tell that
Can I,
2 people were on the
Sorry.
ship. At the time, you don't know how many were supposed to be on the ship total, but they are gone. There should be more than 2 people on the ship, so you can tell that they're already on the planet.
So I know that they've seen me, though, right?
Yes, very much so.
I hail the ship.
Okay.
I just want to see. I want them to know that I know.
Sure. The computer pauses for a moment. You hear just like a toot, 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 and then a large screen sort of pops up, and you see an individual looking very like into the camera, going, "Hello,
Hey, what's up?
hi,
How's it going over there?
pretty good. Interesting way to say hello to somebody."
Yeah, it's my thing, actually. It's
Hmm.
what I'm good at.
Your thing. Who are you?
They call me Dara.
Oh, you took a while to say your name. So that's
Yeah,
probably not your name then.
Well, that was my name for today.
Okay, that's fair.
It could be later. Later I'll change it. And tomorrow I'll change it. Yesterday was something different.
Fair enough.
It's all spur of the moment. I was just wondering how long you guys have been here.
Funny question. What's the matter to you?
I mean, we were gonna park where you're parked, is all.
Oh, I mean,
There aren't really a lot of great places to park around here.
look around. There's actually quite a few. There's a whole planet.
Yeah.
Funny that.
That's actually not. There are a lot of really dangerous places around here.
That's true. We actually spent some time looking around, and this seems to be one of the better ones. So, I won't be moving actually.
Oh, I'm not asking you to move at all.
Hey, Gigi.
No.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, she's
let's
reaching
execute crane game.
Oh, I like that.
Do I know what that is?
No,
Suspicious.
but Gigi does because she's my pilot.
Technically, she should because she's the mechanic, but yeah.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, I should know whatever this is.
Pretty much, we're dropping a crane and picking this ship up and moving it.
Oh, yeah, no, I absolutely know that's... Okay, in
Is
that
that-
case, I definitely know that's what's happening.
Is this the best spot?
To do what?
A crane game. Pick it up and toss it away.
So your guys' ship isn't that big. Their ship's about the same size as yours. Also, they're not landed. They're in the atmosphere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were landing on the planet.
No, I've never said you guys landed. I said you guys are in space,
Oh.
in the atmosphere.
This is true.
I was going to finish answering Georgiana's question because there's still more to that, but we'll get back to that in a minute.
All right, well... You're not going to
That
move,
was a
though.
miscommunication. I thought we were looking for a place to land,
You are.
and they were in the spot where we were gonna land.
They're in, so you can tell they're in the space area where they would have launched and then landed. Whether they sent a smaller ship to go
sent
down.
a small ship down.
Yeah, they would have sent a small ship down, basically, to go land. Every ship you can see there's like 2, 3 at most. They're in the atmosphere.
My bad.
They're hanging in the
I
atmo.
misheard you.
All good?
All right, well, you're not going to move, though, right?
Definitely not.
Are you sure?
Let me check. No.
Okay, maybe check again.
Let me think. Oh, hell no.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, shame.
Sucks. That's
really
what a
does.
shame. All right, well,
They hang up.
can I hack into them again?
Yeah, go for it. I'll give them a +2 this. I'll give them a +2 this time because they should be somewhat aware. Okay, so you can't remember you can re-roll with your fate points. So you can use one of your aspects and say, because you can hack into anything at any time, you can use one of your fate points to re-roll or give yourself a +2. Your choice. Mathematically, you have a -2. So if you roll a -2 or a -4, you want to use, or sorry, anywhere from -3 to -4, you want to use the fate to re-roll. But if you have a 3 and you tie them, you're technically attacking in a weird way, but you're not. So you're more so overcoming something. So when you tie, you would succeed at a minor cost.
I'm going to do that.
Okay. So go ahead and use one of your fate points to go down to 2. And then we'll say you, as she hangs up, you instantly start trying to hack into her systems again. Let me ask, what are you trying to find exactly?
I want to find information about the people on board.
Okay.
Like, I
And,
want to find their crew files. to
Sure.
see if there's somebody that we need to be worried about.
You pull up some of their crew files, and in a hurry, Nara, you realize that you actually unintentionally, and only you know this, gave up some of your information as well. Unfortunately, your crew is only 4 people, so they know about 3 of you. I'm going to roll a d4 to see which ones those are. So the first person they know about is Aldris. The second person is Ryder. Third person is Georgiana. Ha!
Oh,
They don't know about you.
Me.
All right,
That's
so
good for me, but
you know,
I don't
Nara,
tell anybody.
they grabbed everyone's file except for yours.
That's fine.
That's convenient.
Because I think, does Aldris have? I mean, Ryder and Georgiana are pretty well known anyway.
Yes.
But Aldris is not, correct?
Correct. He's the last wizard birdman in the universe.
Well, I just don't think that should be in his file, but okay.
Oh, no, that's not. You guys know this, so you wouldn't have like all the information about Aldris in his file. It's more like filler information. It's just so like
that's fine.
when you guys are scanned, it's like, oh, he's our lore keeper, he's our book guy. It's like, okay, sure.
I'm going to accept that as a necessary loss.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I do think we would not include information about like the fact that he's the last Birdman.
I agree. That makes perfect sense.
So, are we able to land on the planet?
You very much can, yes. And the Kabuto is quite tanky, to use game terms. So it would be safe if it were to land on the planet.
Well,
Do
while
you
we're
land on the
passing
planet?
that other ship, I give him a bird, clip him off.
Okay. They don't see your bird, but you get the feeling that they like
I
sensed.
take a picture of it and then I send it across the
Oh,
air.
Okay. So
Don't worry. Nara, they'll see. I'm gonna press a button on the Kabuto, and a digital middle finger shoots out of the ship.
okay. As you guys go flying by their ship, the giant middle finger goes flying by their ship, and
Perfect.
yeah, you guys are out of range before they can respond anyway. But you can tell that there was very much sass there. Georgiana, to finish your roll real quick because you rolled so damn well.
So sorry.
What? Oh no, perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Fortunately, my brain isn't completely broken yet, so I can actually remember things. There will be a moment where I just like, hey guys, like our D&D campaign, which you didn't play for a month for good reason. I forgot way too many really important things. But my brain is back and functioning. Georgiana, what you could tell with your skills is that would have been a good place to land, except for your guys' scan revealed a few things that while it's a decent place to land, and maybe you get pretty lucky with various worm eggs and such, it's more so an on the surface good place to land, quote unquote. You might get a decent amount of eggs, but they are closer to the surface. As I mentioned, they are underground. These worms burrow. You're going to have to dig or follow one of their or follow one of their tunnels to get down in there. So that was a riskier location that might not pay off so well, but on the surface looked good. Fortunately, Georgiana, your abilities persuade you to look elsewhere. And when you do, you actually find in space, near the atmosphere, somewhere no one's located here. There are no ships, fortunately. On the surface, this looks like a horrible location. In fact, there's a storm. But you notice that this is a very strange storm. It hasn't necessarily touched down on the surface, it's more so just floating in the atmosphere, the mid-atmosphere, if you will. If you were to fly through this, or fly around it, which would take some time, you can fly through it quickly. We will say the Kabuto, on top, you guys have mechs, obviously, so you do have a smaller ship that launches from the Kabuto, but you guys have your 4 mechs, so you guys can use those, of course, if you wish to go down. I will say, in terms of your mechs, and in terms of the Kabuto having resistance to ice, we'll say it's relatively good. So if you guys were to go down with your mechs, they wouldn't like freeze over in an hour. Your suits, though, that's another question. You guys will not last that long on the surface of this planet. So this will very much be a timed mission. You know that because you guys can't afford the best spacesuits, unfortunately. But if you were to have a pretty good pilot or a good leader that could lead you guys through this storm, you could cut through it and land somewhere that is perfect,
Good thing
and
we have
no one's
gold.
touched it. So it's somewhat risky, Georgiana, but it is worth it.
All right.
So, I think we should cut through this storm.
Yes, I agree.
What can I name my mech?
Shall I roll pilot?
You can name it whatever you want. All right. I would say if you want to name... where? So I was going to say, if you wish to name anything or add anything, there's a few things you can do. You can add it to one of your extras if you wish, or you can put it in your description and we can worry about the extras later.
In my description?
Yeah. So right now your description says crew mechanic. The first tab says character sheet. The second tab will say description, biology, and biography, and extras biology. I see. Under the Fate Core logo, there's a second tab. Yeah, you can type whatever you want in there. Biography will be like your background, but you can have the name of your mech, the way it looks, etc., etc. Just a bunch of fun stuff in there.
All right.
So I will ask your guys'.
I can't edit it.
Really?
Yeah. That's
weird. What do you mean?
It like highlights, but it doesn't let me click on it.
You can't click it?
Yeah, I can't. Well, I put my mouse over it.
And then click?
And it like highlights.
Yeah, and then you click the highlight.
Yeah, and it doesn't let me type anything.
Weird.
I mean, actually... I can clearly change the skill stuff.
Yeah. I can type. That's weird. Well, if you want, you can type it somewhere in Discord, and I can add it later. I'm actually unsure why that's not working. That's very odd.
No worries. I'll send it to you.
Sure. Depending on your guys' approach, you may do this however you want. You can leave the Kabuto up here. You can try landing it. You can try going down with your mechs. Just let me know. Up to y'all.
I want to go down in the mech. I want it to dig.
You want to dig with the mech?
I mean, I guess we could leave the ship up above.
I've got plenty of safeguards, bro.
Are there any meteors around that I can hide the ship against? Meteors, asteroids.
There's moons. There's 5 moons.
Only 5?
Only 5, unfortunately. You can blow one up if you want less.
I'll think about it.
Fewer, I guess, would be proper. But yes, you do believe if you wanted to, you can hide the Kabuto behind or near one of the moons.
All right, sure. I'll do that.
Okay.
Georgiana?
Or I can just stay up here.
What's your mech's name?
Need someone here.
Trixie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Trixie is Speed Racer's girlfriend.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's a nerd reference.
Oh, it's a nerd reference. It's a nerd reference.
Don't make fun of me.
Make fun of her. Bully.
Wee.
Oh no.
Gosh, you guys are just nerds.
Right.
As if we aren't here playing RPGs.
Nerd games.
Alright, so the general plan is to hide the Kabuto and go down with your mechs?
Yeah.
Yup.
Alrighty then.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Is your mech's name full capital letters like that?
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Thank you. Just a little creature.
Wonderful. Alrighty.
Shift and a turbo.
Alright, because you rolled so well, Georgiana, I won't have you guys roll stealth or anything. I'll say you can effectively hide the Kabuto behind one of the moons, Ryu, the moon, as you do. So we're gonna go ahead and hide Mr. Kabuto. He's hiding in the moon. And
Kabuto.
The 4 of you are meching up and heading down?
Yup.
Alright. You guys head to the hangar and hop into your mechs. I know we have Trixie. We have Nara. Yours is named Creature with full capital letters. Ryder and Aldris, have you named your mechs?
Nope.
I'm still thinking about it.
No worries. All right, is there anything in particular you guys want to do as you're going down? Or just
go, baby.
Straight down?
Yeah, straight down.
Straight down.
All right, straight down it is. So I will, Alrighty, so the risk here, of course, is going through the storm and landing on the planet of Deroy. I'm going to say this is going to obviously require a pilot roll, unless you guys wish to convince me of another skill being used here. We can say... This is going to be overcome, obviously. I'm going to say the difficulty will go in descending order, because we'll have a leader, and then it will slowly get easier as we fly down. So...
I'm the leader, obviously.
Well, you have the highest pilot skill. I'll let you guys arrange yourselves. We'll say the first person in will be on the right, so Georgiana, and then you guys can arrange yourselves in order. So the next person will be Nara, Ryder, then Aldris. The first person who goes in, it'll be difficulty 3, 2, then 1, 1.
I have 3 pilots, so I could go second, probably.
Okay.
I guess
Make it easier for other people.
I have a 2 pilot.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty.
Roll it up.
Heading down to the planet of Deroy, a massive ice storm bars your way. It is tearing and screaming. And looking to our wonderful pilot, Georgiana, you're going to lead our group into Not Shitsville.
Am I rolling pilot?
Yes, you are going to be rolling me some pilot. Holy mother of God. Okay. You overcame the living shit out of that. I will say that boost will create... that success will create a boost for the rest of the party and anyone behind you. I'll call this boost Clear Way. It'll just add a +2 and you can invoke it for free. Aldris.
Nice.
Alright, also just absolutely destroyed it. Alright, Ryder and Nara. Woo!
Gang.
All right, all the good rolls. Hell yeah, all right, we didn't need this boost. Wonderful. Okay, I should have made that higher. Damn, you guys nailed it.
7543.
I know, right?
I think we just got really lucky there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Initially, it feels a little touch and go, just slightly. Georgiana, you're able to whip through the storm. You see massive hunks of ice and just sleet in blades as they buff it up against the outside of your armor, but you're able to kind of flow and move with the storm rather than against it. Your compatriots follow behind you as all 4 of you slowly move in formation through the storm. It would easily rip up any other lesser pilot, but not you. Not someone as skilled as this group. As you all head down, it takes maybe about a minute or so to move through this storm, to burst out the other side into a very calm, open area. You see below you what might have been a lake, but it is very clearly frozen. You remember looking in your notes about this planet that it actually takes an entire Earth year for it to rotate a single time.
Well, I probably would have shared this with everyone.
It's a very slow boy. Also,
I learned this.
In general, I am going to add to the 3rd tab a countdown tracker. And
right when we land, before we get out, I'm gonna be like, is everybody ready to go? Prepare your O2 monitors.
Alrighty. And in this tracker, you guys should be able to see it. It's just going to be called Frozen. Basically, when certain things happen, I will slowly count down on this tracker. And when it reaches 0, once they're all filled up, you will freeze to death on this planet. There's no there's no saves, there's no anything, you would instantly die.
Where's the tracker?
It should be underneath
I have autosave.
Yeah.
Wait, so where's the tracker? I'm sorry.
It's under the Fate Utility tab. Now, it'll progress slowly, and it will react to your guys' rolls. So, for example, if you guys are trying to overcome something and you will fail, the penalty will be it took too long to get over it, so one of these is ticked.
Where's the utility tab?
Yeah, I don't see it either.
It's the those faces.
Oh, on the sidebar.
Mm-hmm. And then the first one has all you guys. The next one's got all your guys' damage and such. And the third one has situational aspects and countdowns. Good. There we go. See it?
Oh, so you'll mark it?
Mm-hmm. So
it currently,
it currently should be 10 boxes that are unmarked. So let's say, for example, you guys are trying to get over a ravine, and you all fail for whatever reason. I can say you guys do, we can say one of two things happens. I can say either you guys choose to take damage crossing the ravine, or like suffer two ticks of stress, or we tick off one countdown, and then all you guys decide as a group and say we'll take the safe route and one countdown, or screw it, we'll take damage, just run it. So basically that will be what this is.
Do I have my brain back? Is it all functioning now?
It'll be functioning after we've been here for a little while, maybe after 3 or 4 times, quote unquote, and then that slot will be open.
Do we have to like?
So you're in recovery mode basically, but you do have your brain back, definitely.
With how cold it is, do we have to wear like a breathing apparatus or?
Very much so, yes. So your guys's, after you guys get out of your mechs, you're gonna have to get out of your mech, unfortunately, because some of these caves are relatively small. Unless you guys want to go in, full mech, if you guys want, you guys can just like drill mode, just bust your way in there. I will not stop you. But you know from what you read that these things can be relatively dangerous, and on foot is the smartest route. From your notes.
I'm gonna tell everybody, let's get as close as we can with our mechs and then hop out.
Okay. Done deal.
Alrighty. Sounds like a plan. I'm just gonna keep linking the music I'm using in Discord. It's pretty dope. I dig it. Alrighty. Looking about, the 4 of you have landed, and swirls of frozen air surround your mechs as you move about. You realize that depending on where you are out here in the open, standing in one location for too long would be hazardous to your health, as you would most likely freeze in place. Your mechs are mostly resistant to the cold, but not enough to rest for too long. Fortunately, as you look around, nothing's coming to assault you. It seems rather quiet, actually. I think it's a little relaxed. It's actually quite nice here. And you begin to move forward. Okay, I'll ask everybody. This is more of a general. Everyone roll me notice to see where to go next.
Notice me, senpai.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we got a 1.
Mech, right?
You're in your mech until you choose to leave the mech. You will be.
Oh, my bad.
In mech mode. Yeah. Georgiana and Ryder. Dos. Fun. Okay, not bad.
Looking twice.
Okay, no worries. All right, you guys use your scanners and such and begin to look around, and following off of Georgiana's advice and such, you notice just up ahead that there's somewhat of a clearing. It's between 2 large frozen mountains. And while your mech will fit through this clearing, it might be a little tight. But you know from your scans and from your research, should be the lair of the iceworms.
Let's get closer and start our digging.
The 4 of you move forward, and you determine that, as I mentioned, if you wanted, you guys could kind of squeeze through here on your mechs. It varies. You guys might need to use some lightly destructive techniques to get through, but otherwise, you could technically move forward on your mechs. It will be loud and, well, Georgiana, obvious, but all the same, it is safer this way. So I'll leave it up to you guys.
Well,
Slightly destructive. We might get noticed.
versus
Sounds like a fun time to me.
Versus hopping out and going the slower but safer route.
If we jump out right now.
So this mission is less close and more you can spend as much time here as possible. That makes sense, if that makes sense.
I mean, to the cave, how close are we?
You're relatively close. So if you wanted to, you guys actually saw some holes from the surface. Some holes are large enough that your mech would fit in relatively easily, meaning the worm is diameter bigger than your mech. So that's horrifying.
It's a big worm.
It's a big ass worm. There are
Knowing
some.
It's that large makes me less inclined
There are some that are smaller.
to make noise.
So I'll be transparent. So if you guys go on foot, I'll add 1 tick timer. If you guys stay on your mechs, we'll roll probably notice and stealth rolls. And then you'll see if you are noticed. It might not be this very second, but as they are worms, they can feel vibrations and such. And eventually you'll be noticed.
All right, I think we should take the... What?
Do we know anything about the eggs? Like, are they in clumps or are they, like, scarce?
I did my research.
Yeah, so from what Nara found, they should very much be in clumps. You find that these ice worms tend to leave like 4 or so, and then maybe some way off like 20, 30, 40, 50 feet, and then like 4 or 5. They won't clump them all together in like one room, but there will be one room with multiple clumps, and then another room with multiple clumps, another room with multiple clumps, progressively going down, 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 down into the planet.
I'm thinking it's better for us if we do it fast.
Oh, and I also will say you guys have the technology to bring the eggs on foot. So you guys have like an anti-grav, like, bzzz, and you can like not bring all the eggs at once, but we'll say each of you can bring like 3 or 4 eggs, probably 4 eggs each.
I feel like we have something kind of like Capsule Corp where we can like carry, like it's like a portable thing that shoots out.
Yeah, we'll say on foot you could carry 4 eggs each easily if you wanted to with just this device, and then you
feet tall, right?
Right. So the device would carry 4 eggs. You would be able to carry 1.
They're big eggs.
Yes, they are large eggs.
So 4 eggs is better than 1 egg.
Right.
How long does it take for us to get a check mark?
Basically, it depends on what we're doing. So I'll let you know this is a moment of decision. AKA you're going to be seen or you're going to have to decide on something else. I'll be very transparent on...
I was going to say my vote.
Your vote?
Is.
I
think we should go on foot. Grab as much as we can without making any noise. And then go back.
I mean...
Like grab extras just in case some break along the way?
Well, I mean, we should get as close as we can with the mechs without making noise and then hop out.
I will say you guys are relatively close.
I thought if we go any further, we'll have to make stealth rolls.
Correct. So you guys are as close as you can get with the mechs without making noise.
All right, so then let's hop out.
Okay.
Everyone agree?
Sure.
All right.
That works.
Sure. Well, we'll say you guys leave your mechs in a non-conspicuous location as you hop out. Even through your suits, you can feel the cold bite of this planet. You know it does not want you here for very long.
All right, so now we've taken 1 frozen?
Effectively, yes. Yeah. So it won't really affect you guys. I'll say at the last 2, mechanically it'll affect you. So I can say I'll like invoke a fate and say like, against you, this will be 2 stages more difficult. So if it was normally a 2, it'd be a 4, because not only you're cold, but the planet is cold, and then you can use your fate point in turn to either reroll or etc. So.
All right.
But that's only been the last 2 stages. You guys don't even get there depending on how well you roll.
So, definitely not liking this cold. We really need to move quickly.
Let's get moving.
Alrighty, moving forward, the 4 of you go on foot. Quietly, we'll say. Stealth rolls are not be required because you guys are relatively somewhere where no one knows about, and your mechs did not really make that much noise on the way here. So you're scot-free in that sense, which actually allows you to move forward on foot at a somewhat faster pace than usual. And heading forward, you guys move about. To your left and to your right are 2 massive ice walls that are jagged and cracked. It almost looks like this used to be a mountain and something either hit it or struck it and caused the mountain to crack and then slowly separate. And in this space, as I mentioned, there's about room for one of your mechs to kind of squeeze through and move to the side, and then it starts going down, but that would make noise. So on foot, very easy. Nothing is in your way. It's very straightforward. Unfortunately, it is a hallway. So if anything sees you to the front or to behind, you will be seen instantly. Fortunately, no one is here.
Is there anything in the walls?
Looking at the walls, you can see various frozen creatures, stones, flows of water. They are completely frozen stiff. You kind of knock on the ice and it is hard. It is long frozen. Hundreds of thousands of years this has been frozen.
Yeah. No moving eyeballs, right?
No moving eyeballs. It is completely solid.
Okay.
Interesting.
You begin to...
Nara, can you scan to see if you can see any life, like worm-wise?
Sure.
Okay. for
And that be a notice?
I would
Or
say
would that be
Probably investigate.
investigate's usually smaller scale. I'll say notice, yeah. Without too much effort, Nara, you do indeed notice some worms up ahead. This is relatively obvious, as they do indeed live here, but that means you guys are on the right track. So heading forward as you do.
So should you pick up like heat sensor on our little device?
Less a heat sensor, more of less heat, more movement.
Okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
all right. So I will say this applies to everyone. You are aware of worms with 1 free invoke.
Oh,
Basically,
worms.
yes. This is basically a boost. If something were to happen that is worm related, any of you can use this basically for free because Nara found these worms with such vigor.
My job, you know.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. I really do.
Worm hunter.
Sorry, what? Did you say hold on?
Oh, no, I said let's get a move on. Like,
Oh, okay.
Tracking.
Get.
Of course. All right, and as you all move forward, you pause for but a moment, as you now see ahead of you is the descent. And this descent is very clearly rounded. It's maybe a little larger than you were anticipating, but looking just up ahead, you can see that this is maybe not the most frequent path used to go down into the den of the worm, but
That's actually a good thing,
Wait,
though,
so
right?
big hole.
yes, very, very large hole up ahead, headed down, which is precisely what you were looking for.
Well, good thing I brought my booster boots.
Indeed. So it doesn't go straight down. It is curved, so you guys can, for this part at least, it's about a 45-degree incline, and just kind of heads down further and further. So you need to be a little careful. If you brought any things with you, now would be the time to use them.
Snow boots.
Stone boots and such. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, snow boots. You're kind of dead at this point. So moving forward, I'm gonna say to get down here safely in a timely manner. It goes on for quite some time. This is basically the initial burrow hole that will eventually lead down into the caves. I'm gonna have to ask an overcome athletics roll from everybody, and we're looking for. Hold up! Oh Jesus! Okay, hold up. We're looking for.
I can't just like hover down there.
No, you get not for this. So hover would be which one of your skills hovers?
Well, I mean, I guess pilot, because my shoes allow me to fly.
Right. So pilot would be you piloting a ship or something, not shoes. So if you had an aspect or something or a stunt that you do something for free, then we'd use that. But basically, to do something, you need to roll, especially if you're bypassing something.
A little bit, because I'm piloting my shoes, kind of like Iron Man piloting his armor.
Not really.
I wish I'd stayed in my mech.
But yes, the difficulty on this is 1. So not too difficult.
So we have to beat a 1?
You have to beat a 1.
Oh, I got a -1.
You did get a -1.
I guess I'm going flying.
Holy mother of God.
God. Ooh.
And I thought I was bad.
Okay, so we have 2 failures technically to re-roll this. Of course, so you don't have any points in athletics. You can add 1 if you wish, obviously, because you have no points. You're missing 2 plus 1s.
Can I use one of my fate points?
So technically yes, but
I just feel like I'm going to make a lot of noise and I'm going to get hurt.
When you do, you would need to invoke one of your aspects or one of your concepts, and yours so far are compulsive tinkerer or can hack into anything. So if you can convince me one of those can somehow boost your athletics roll, then yes. Otherwise, no.
Maybe I built something that... No, you know what? I'll just suffer.
You'll just take it? Okay, that's fair.
Suffer. And so here's the thing. If I use my fate point successfully, that means I only have 1 left for this entire encounter, and I just don't know if I want to risk that.
This is true. Because I'm going to have... So this is a good point, though, because this will show you guys in different scenarios. I have to invoke these for you to get more fate points. Can hack into anything and compulsive tinkerer. Those are kind of hard. One of those I can definitely invoke in a second. But those are kind of hard to invoke in this exact situation because obviously there's no tech because you guys are on an alien planet. And that's kind of a heads up to you guys to, maybe I should rename one of my aspects, or maybe because you only have 2. Maybe you can go, shit, what else would Nara be good at? You know what I mean? And you can come up with a new aspect on the fly and then boom, reroll. You know what I mean? So maybe, and it has to be both good and bad. So you can start off as kind of a basic boring aspect and then go, I'll invoke that. And then over time, change it. So maybe you're wearing like a nano suit or maybe something, but whatever it may be. And you can invoke that and say, I hack into my own suit to like force myself to like succeed this athletics check. That's technically okay. We would just need to make that line more interesting in the future, so I can invoke it so you can get more fate points, or you can just teach it. That's also fine. It's fun to fail. So.
Well, I think maybe
you also do have the aware of worms +2
that had what are those things that rock climbers use but with ice?
Oh yeah, those like spikes.
Yeah, maybe I built those into my. Or my hands, my gloves.
Yeah. I mean, so realistically, you can say, if you want to use one of your fate points, you can say compulsive tinkerer means, because realistically now you're the most prepared. You weren't out getting nookie. You were, researching.
I was preparing.
You were preparing.
I was building things to help me.
Right. So logically, we could say, yes, with compulsive tinkerer, you could invoke a fate point, which either reroll or +2, because you have -3. Obviously, you want to reroll that. You're just trying to get a 1. And you can say, I did something to my suit, and just tell me, because in the fiction, what you're doing is the most important thing. You can say that you attached like those metal hooks to your suit. In case you were to trip, you can quickly like hook onto the slope and then slowly work your way down rather than having to like freak out. So you're more than welcome to do that, but you do still obviously have to reroll and then use a fate point. So.
You know what? I will do that. I've decided. Could this theoretically also continue on if I have this gadget that kind of makes things more like give me more purchase on ice and snow?
Are you saying could the bonus?
Yeah. Like, could I use it again?
So technically, no. Basically, the way it works is anytime you use a something, one of your aspects or one of your fate points, it effectively lets you reroll, or it lets you add +2. So let's say you were to have climbing gear on you for whatever reason. Let's say, for example, another good example, you're falling and you're eating shit. That sucks. So Aldris, he's allowed to use one of his aspects to give you a fate point, and he can uses magic for anything. He can use magic to help you float or something, so you don't completely bite it.
It only helps me in that moment.
Right. It only helps you that very second, basically. If you have climbing gear, you have climbing gear, but in Fate specifically, you can have gear in Fate. That's perfectly fine, but we need to account for it. So basically, we go under your...
This is just it's just a one-time thing, though.
So basically, everything in Fate is temporary. You can have permanent stuff, though, if we plan for it ahead of time. So you're more than welcome to have, like, I bought climbing gear, so if I'm climbing, I get a +2 all the time to climbing, period. And that's something you can have in Fate. But, like, for this, because we're not messing with extras right now, we won't do that for now, because we're just messing with the basic mechanics. Yeah.
I will... If I do eat shit...
Yes.
What will it do to me? Will I have to take a physical stress, a mild consequence?
-3 is very bad.
All right, I'm just going to use my fate point and reroll.
Okay.
My emergency systems.
That makes sense. So go ahead and just roll athletics one more time. And technically, Georgiana, if you want, you can use the free...
in a big snowman.
Oh my god.
Sorry. I
don't
mean to laugh. That's just unfortunate.
Wow, that sucks. That's the exact same roll, and I wasted a fate point. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. I was like, I'm going to re-roll. That's fine. Okay, I eat shit twice as hard.
All right. Georgiana,
I try it almost. Wait, I've got it.
Yes.
My gadget did not save me. It broke immediately on impact.
That's fair. Georgiana, if you want, you can use the free invoke to the Aware of Worms to put yourself at a +1, which will make you succeed if you want.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. It's now deleted. Boop.
Am I just gonna see Nar like roll right past me, like accumulating this like big snowball?
Yes, so each of you begin to descend in a pretty organized and controlled manner. And as you're going down, you guys are like, okay, this isn't so bad, this isn't so bad. It gets a little steep and a little steeper, and you guys have to worry a little bit, but you don't hear anything, so you think everyone's fine. And in 1 second, you kind of hear Nara slip a little bit, and then she's like, you kind of hear like, aha, as she activates her contingency plan within her suit. But she ahas too loud and not quick enough. And unfortunately, rather than digging into the ice is so hard, the blades on your suit just like scrape against the ice, and you just like the whole way down, and then you end up like rolling a little bit.
Oh, that's so loud. I'm gonna attract so much attention.
And we'll say take 1 shift of damage on the way down, which for physical stress would just be the 1 tick. So when I say take a shift or take 1, if it's easier for you guys, I can just say take 1 damage.
Nope, it's taken. The shift is taken.
Exactly, you shifted into turbo. So yes, you take 1 shift damage on the way down, scraping not your knee, not your elbow, your everything. Nara is now scraped, unfortunately. It's not awful, but it's.
Yeah, I've got, like rug burn, but it's from ice.
Basically,
Ice burn.
Yeah, your whole everything is just not so great right now. And upon landing at the bottom, congratulations, Nara, you got there first, and then the rest of your team arrives behind you. You made a lot of noise though. You know that it's been down here. It has now been alerted. Looking about though, you don't initially see anything.
I'm starting to really wish I brought my back.
Laughs nervously. Is there
The tunnels await you. They're up ahead. There's right turns, left turns, goes up, goes down, mostly down. The little dark, but the suns. There's light constantly on this planet. And the ice is relatively clean, actually. Frozen, solid, but relatively clean. So the ice permeates through the light permeates through all of the ice. And almost no matter where you are, there is light on this planet.
So typically, I wouldn't say let's split up, but I also did say we need to get all the eggs. So I think if we split up, since it's not that, I don't think there's that big of a threat on this planet. I think me and Aldrich,
words.
no, me and Gigi go to the right, and Nara and Aldrich go to the left.
All right, works for me.
I look at Aldous and I laugh uncomfortably. Like with a cringe, like a grimace, like what's up?
But keep on comms in case anything happens, and yell if you need us.
Yep, will do.
All right. From the planet, go ahead and separate. Move to where you guys wish to move.
Yeet.
Yeet.
All right. The group splits up as Nara and Aldris head down the left set of caverns. Y'all are going over here. Alrighty. And moving about, we'll start with the primary cave with Georgiana and Ryder. You guys look up ahead. You see a single egg, just sort of sitting by its lonesome, fully formed, fully ripe and ready for the taking. It's indeed about as large as he said it was, about 2 feet tall.
Is it
definitely big
by itself?
Yes, interesting enough, this one's just by itself. You know they're normally in groups, so you're not sure if this one was freshly laid, if the other's hatched. You don't see broken, or it's trap. Yeah, you're not sure, but you just see one egg by itself.
I'm gonna look at Georgina and be like, didn't Nara say these things come in pairs?
Yeah.
I don't like that this thing's by itself.
Clusters.
Gentlemen first, Captain.
All right, give me a second. I'm thinking of a plan here. Is there like loose snow around me?
I wouldn't say loose, but there's definitely some snow around you.
Ball?
Yeah, oh, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. I like use my robot hand to compact some snow really easily, and I just yeet it at the egg to see what happens.
Okay. You throw the snowball at the egg, and it just kind of splats into it. Egg doesn't move, doesn't shift. It is far too heavy for that. But it definitely hit. It's not an illusion or anything.
Okay, I don't see anything coming to its rescue.
You notice at the bottom of the egg, the base, it seems to be frozen in place.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to the egg and check it out. You said the bottom of the egg is frozen?
Yes. Imagine a nest for a bird, but turn the nest into ice, and it is just plopped right on there.
So I would say we could move this, but I don't want to risk breaking the egg.
You guys have the tools to remove it at a decent pace. It wouldn't take you too long.
I'm gonna turn one of my fingers into a torch, and I'm gonna start.
You start pshing the ice. Ryder specifically, could you roll me a notice check?
Notice me, senpai.
Yeah, because you're checking the room out, you're checking the egg out, you're looking around. Alrighty. You can tell that there might be something here, but you don't see it. You're looking around a bit, and
GG, keep your eyes locked and loaded.
And speaking of GG, Georgiana, I am going to invoke your third aspect. You just added loud and proud.
I knew that was coming.
And I'm going to make you the target of this thing that is watching. If you choose to, if you refuse this,
I accept.
You accept. So go ahead and give yourself a fate point.
I haven't decided which weapon she carries, though.
Okay, so you get a fate point for that. Alrighty. As you're looking around, Georgiana, you think you maybe hear something, but you're not entirely sure. Which weapon? Like, what do you have that's protecting you while you're watching?
I guess I just have a gun.
It's a gun? Okay. Like a rifle or a pistol?
Can it be a laser pistol?
Everything's lasers.
Perfect.
We're in space. All right.
Pistol.
One pistol or two?
Two.
All right, you have dual laser pistols as you do, Georgiana, and you're looking about, checking the surroundings, and you hear that like tinny like echo of ice whenever it gets like tapped. And Ryder, that draws your attention. You're looking around while you're trying to free this egg, and you're not really sure where it's coming from, but you look up, Ryder, where Georgiana's not looking.
What is that?
And directly above Gigi, you see these strange creatures. Their bodies are long and egg-shaped. They have 6 legs, all ending in points. They're very similar to what on Earth we call a praying mantis, except these praying mantis are huge. They're the size, they range anywhere from the size of a large dog to a small horse. And they begin to chitter down from the ceiling. You can tell they've been watching Georgiana and her wonderful pink-purple bubblegumminess, and they see her as the primary target as one leaps down to strike at Georgiana. I'm gonna have to ask you to make an athletics defense roll.
Do I do that a special way? Or just...
Nope. I mean, it's defense because I'm attacking you.
Clearly, I need to up my athletics.
Alrighty. The creature comes down to strike, and with attack and defense, when you are hit by something, you take damage equal to the number of shifts. So that is a 4-shift difference. You're going to take 4 damage from that unless you do something.
Like what?
Invoke one of your fate points to re-roll, or something else.
Sure.
Am I able to help her?
You are too. So one of you can use a fate point. So Ryder, you can use. So yeah, you have to use one of your aspects to do this. You can't just say re-roll. Basically, which
can I
part?
Use best shot in the galaxy.
You very much can. So Georgiana, keep your fate point.
Okay.
Ryder, you use yours, and then yes, Georgiana. He is now backing you up as he quickly turns. And what do you do?
I'm gonna pull from my back like this. It looks like a compact pistol, but it extends into a rifle, like dope ass like CGI, like our, like sci-fi's like. Okay. And just turns into this like really cool looking sci-fi rifle.
Nice. All right, you open fire, and Georgiana, this allows you to add a +2 or to re-roll. It is your choice. You have cover fire.
Try for a reroll.
Roll one for reroll. All right, you got to be a 3. Hey, you did.
Gang.
Alrighty. When you're defending, you gain a boost on the defense. So I will say, Georgiana, you are on your toes.
Hey.
Oops, -1. Ha ha ha. All right. So I don't think you guys can move the drawings. I'm pretty sure I can give you guys ability to do so. I'm gonna put your tokens like this, just to make it easier to tell who has which thing, so I can stack it easier. Put you guys on top of the bottom like that.
Okay.
Just makes my job slightly easier. I'll put you guys like this. Then they go the other way. Sigh. Already, the creature lashes out at you, Georgiana, but you dive back quickly with the assist of your friend, Ryder. And the shot echoes throughout the halls. You can tell 2 more are coming down Ryder.
I really wish I stayed in my mech.
Nara and Aldris, you hear this. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna keep walking.
As you head down the left caves, you hear in the distance someone's gun went off. You don't hear any screaming, though. Presumably they have it under control.
You know, if there's no screaming, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Probably fine.
Look, I'm all
We do have
bruised right now.
open
I'm not
comms,
feeling
so-
great.
Good enough.
What? I mean, what really could I do anyway? You know what I mean?
It's true.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
I'm not doing good.
Well, I mean, plus we have open comms, so if we need help, we'll yell.
Heading forward, the 2 of you actually see what was a pack of 3 eggs, but they have hatched. So there's most likely 3 bibbies running around somewhere.
In our cave or their cave?
Left cave.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm not feeling good about that.
All right, and
All
moving
right.
forward, you guys take a turn around the right side. You see multiple smaller caves sort of arc and turn off onto various different areas. And Nara, as you're moving here, you recall reading something about prey, some other smaller predator that liked eating these eggs. So maybe those didn't hatch, maybe they were eaten. They also like using them as bait sometimes to get other prey or fools to come attack them. And usually it's relatively obvious, such as, an egg being left alone. But, whatever. You
Egg being left alone.
you told the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I did. You know, I stayed up for quite a long time. You know, it is what it is. You're the one who want to go have Nookie, okay? Maybe you should have been on the ship doing research instead of relying on me.
I gotta relax before a tough mission.
That's so great for you.
You
All
could have
right.
joined if you wanted to, you know.
I'm good. I've been there, done that. I'm good.
Hey, you said we ended on amicable terms. Don't get that
Okay,
done with
well.
me.
All right,
sorry.
you're fair. That's fair. It's fine. I'm not bitter at all.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna keep going. Can I scan again to see if there's any nearby movement?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and just roll a notice for that, and then Aldris, what are you doing while she's checking the area?
Oh my god.
Mr. Birdman.
I'm just looking around for worms, making sure nothing happens.
Looking for worms? I mean, as you do. That is your
For
specialty.
How dare?
All right, and you're
I'm offended.
all right, and as you're looking about, you guys are kind of taking your time. You're scanning a bit to see if there's any worms or any movement nearby. And while you do sense a subtle something, you're not entirely sure what it is, Nara, and you continue to head forward. You notice that rather than heading straight, this area actually ends after some walking in a pit. It is definitely something that was dug by the worms, but it heads almost perfectly straight down. And Nara and Aldris, you look down this hole, and as I mentioned, there is light bouncing and refracting off every wall and every surface, but it's relatively hard to see down there. What did the two of you do? This is the end of the hallway, by the way.
I think we should go down there.
I can make a magic light.
Okay, well, it's almost straight down, and I just, fell down a 45-degree incline.
Is it big enough for me to, like, float down, kind of?
It's at least 15 feet wide. It's almost perfectly circular as well.
It'd be a little tight.
Oh no, it's 15 feet across, so you guys easily fit.
I mean, if you want to go, I'm down, I say, very nervously.
I will send a little magic light orb down.
Okay. You do so.
And then follow it a little bit behind.
You're flying behind it?
Yeah. I'm just letting it go down first. So
how's Nari just waiting?
I guess I try to follow him down.
It is straight down.
You don't have to.
Yeah. It is. There's no way to follow him unless you have something. Or if he helped you with magic or something. Or if you use one of your abilities, of course.
Yeah, I don't really have anything for this, so.
You have your crafts.
I can try to carry you down.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, in this situation, this would be what we're trying to do is we're trying to overcome going straight down. Fortunately, Aldris just fly, so yeah, you can just fly down. With Nara though, there could be multiple things. So you could create an advantage for yourself to go down. Aldris, you can create an advantage for Nara by using your magics, and then Nara, you could use your crafts to make something viable, and then you would roll that to go down with his boost. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So you could say like, oh, I, quickly put something together, whatever. So we are in the far future. Yeah.
That thing that didn't work before, can I repurpose it?
Yes. So to quickly rephrase, I guess to further explain the mechanics, if you were, that last thing was actually a great example. So for example, if you are going down something and I ask for an athletics roll and your athletics is garbage, you can say, so you guys are always welcome to suggest something. If I say no, then just move on. But if it makes sense, obviously let's not butt heads. But if I say, oh, make an athletics roll for this, and like, oh, can I use my robot to help me jump over this? I can go, yeah, it makes sense, sure, go for it. And it might not need an aspect or a fate or a skill or something. That might just be something that you do. Because once again, that logically makes sense. So if I say make an athletics roll and you fail it, you can't then go, oh, can I make a tinker roll to help myself? You've already failed the roll. We have to do this one roll first because you've already failed it. If you start the roll with crafting instead, or drive or investigate or not physique usually, but it was something different, Aldrich could have said, I want to use my magic to float down. I would be like, yeah, sure, go for it. Because that's something that Aldrich's allowed to do. He has a stunt that says I can use magic for things instead. So he could have said, I want to use my magic instead. And I would have said, go for it. But halfway down, if he failed, he couldn't change to using magic because he's already failed the athletics roll, if that makes any sense.
Well, I think I'd like to...
Also, we are in the far future, so you can be as weird as you want with the technology. You guys have lights, you guys have ropes, you guys have tons of things.
I think I'd like to repurpose those.
The climbing gear, basically?
Yeah, like the climbing gear to... my brain is just not working.
So you don't need to be too specific. You weren't welcome to just say, I'll repurpose the climbing gear to, better assist myself in going down, because it already is climbing gear, so that makes sense.
Okay.
You don't have to MacGyver it too hard.
All right, then I'll do that then. And I mean, how far does it look like the thing goes down?
Watching Aldris go down, it's at least 50 or so feet. Falling down, this would 100% kill you.
Okay.
Or close to it.
Hey, Aldris. So, I'm gonna be climbing down here. Clearly, this has not worked out for me before. So I would appreciate it if you could keep an eye out in case I fall.
Don't worry, I'll catch you.
So if you want Aldris, before she does this, you can roll to create an advantage using your lore and just tell me maybe you create an air cushion or something. And depending on how well you do, she can use that as a boost.
Wait, am I like at the bottom at this point, or
you're where you want to be? You can fly. So You can be at the bottom, you can be at the top, you can be in the middle. You got wings.
I'll make a few like small air cushions going down to get more dense, I guess, as they go lower.
Sure.
So it'll like slower fall.
That makes sense. Go ahead and roll lore, and this is a create an advantage roll. Juicy as a mother. Okay. You succeeded with style. So you can create an aspect with 2 free invokes. That aspect is what you said it was, air cushion, and I will have 2 free invokes. So Nara, repurposing all your goods, I will definitely say that's a craft roll. So you're teching and you're messing with things.
Okay, so it's a craft roll.
That'll be a craft roll, yeah. I'm also going to add 1 timer to this for both of your guys' actions for the left cave and the right cave. Okay, so I was actually going to say the difficulty on this going straight down is actually a 2. So you did tie with it, which means you would normally succeed at a minor cost, but because you have the air cushions, you can invoke one of those for free, which brings you up to a 4. So you succeed.
All right. I'll do that.
So it's a little slippery, little touch and go for a second. Maybe the rope slips a little bit, or maybe the metal doesn't stick in the ice as much as you wanted to. This shit's real thick. But your slight fall is slowed, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe just fate decided I don't die today, or maybe I'll just use his fancy magics. But using
when we're on the ground, I give him a high 5.
Hell yeah, bird 5.
Excellent.
Nice.
And you guys look about, and down here you can see there are multiple eggs just up ahead, maybe 50 to 100 or so feet. And as you guys are looking through this room, it is even more silent and a little bit darker down here. We'll cut back to Ryder and Georgiana. These creatures are starting to flow down into the cave. Ryder, you obviously have to turn your attention away from the egg for now. Georgiana, you're now diving away from this thing. We can sort of do a light initiative since these things are going to be very... I know. This is my enemy token. I apologize. It's adorable, isn't it? All right, there are currently 3 of them. I'll just say you guys go, and then they go, since y'all's got the initiative to jump on them.
So there I was, blasting.
All right, so you see 3 creatures. They're all about, these 3 specifically are about the size of a large dog.
Dog?
Dog.
Yes, a large dog. Their long bladed arms just barely missing you, Georgiana, as you dive out of the way. And now you're met with one of them and 2 chittering down. Sure.
So I don't like that.
Roll to shoot, buddy. All right, I will roll to defend. He has a +1 on athletics. Well, unfortunately, fate has it on my side, unless you wish to use one of your abilities to overcome me.
My abilities?
Mm-hmm. You can invoke one of your aspects to give yourself a +2 or a reroll.
Should have stayed in my mech.
What'd you say it again?
She said she should have stayed in her mech.
No.
When you attack, so you attacked, and if you tie against my defense, which you did, you gain a boost, which basically means the next time you roll, you get a +2 for free. If you wish, you can invoke one of your aspects for a fate point, which would make sense, best shot in the galaxy, because you are, and you'd add +2, which means you have a 5, and you would do 2 damage, because you're now 2 above my defense. All right, so go ahead and use one of your fate points, go down to 2. And because Ryder is the best shot in the galaxy, it's a little touch and go for a second. The creature does dive out of the way, but you quickly whip your gun, and you're able to just kind of shoot across it. And fortunately for you guys, these things are actually relatively weak. And in a single spattering of laser fire, Ryder, you take this creature down. Tell me how you do it.
Well, I kill it?
You kill it. 1 shot. Yeah, you nailed him.
This is the one that's jumping at Gigi, right?
It was, until you interrupted it.
All right, gang. So
rude.
Again, Gigi turns around, hears some shit. She pulls out her double pistols, and then I'm torching it, whatever. And she's like, yo, there's some stuff coming. I'm like, gang. So I turn around from my finger fire, pull out my gun, and then the thing jumps at her. I'm like, oh shit. Slow motion, gun goes goo 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 goo. I turn, I see her like, oh fuck, this thing has sharp blades, and I'm like, not today, motherfucker. And I just like, you just see like blood bug splatter right on the wall.
Ew.
Wonderful. All right, Georgiana, rolling away, your weapon's drawn. What do? They're quickly descending from the ceiling.
I mean, I have to shoot, right?
You can do whatever you want. You can create an advantage, you can shoot, you can hit it. Up to you.
Create an advantage.
They are relatively weak. They all look about the same strength.
How am I going to create an advantage?
I don't know. It's up to you. What does Georgiana want to do? What would Georgiana do in this situation?
I just saved your life.
WWGD. You can just blast if you want. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. See, I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot girl. I should have come in my mech.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shoot.
All right. Start blasting.
Pray to God, I don't miss.
Did you put all your skills in?
Huh?
You put all your skills in? You did. Okay. And you are not good at shooting, it looks like.
I'm not good at shooting.
All right.
I am good at fighting inside my mech. Inside my mech.
I rolled worse than you did.
Heck yeah.
I rolled a -2 with a +1. Okay. God, this is weird. All right. Well, you did beat me by 1 shift, technically. So your gunfire just spatters across this thing's carapace, and while you don't destroy it in a single blow, you can tell that it is weakened and bleeding. One of them will dive to you, Georgiana. The other one will dive to Ryder. Blades drawn. The creature will strike at Ryder first. All right, this thing has a +2 to attack. When you defend with athletics or fight, because it's going toe-to-toe with you. I'll let you choose.
Are you rolling or?
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
All right,
sorry.
I got a -1 to my attack. All right, and you roll to defend, and with that, you succeed with style, I believe. So not only do you ignore damage, but you also gain a boost as the creature jumps towards you. Are you defending with one of your melee weapons, or are you just kind of diving backwards and like shooting with the gun to kind of keep it back?
Does it kill it?
No. So when you defend, you don't do damage unless you have a certain ability.
Well, I'll just rifle butt it in its face.
Perfect. So once again, you don't damage or anything, but it does jump in.
I know. I'm just because you said I do.
I will say, you can take a stunt. This is whenever you succeed with style in a defense, you can add damage to the enemy. So that is a stunt you guys are allowed to have. Stunts are basically made to break rules. So if you think that's super cool, basically parrying somebody, you're more than welcome to do that. So the enemy
can have 3 stunts though, right?
You can only have 3 for now, but you will get more. You can also technically purchase another stunt, and then your refresh goes down to 2, meaning you only start with 2 fame points. So you kind of gimp yourself, but you have more options, which is awesome. Alrighty, so that happens. The creature jumps forward and it's like screaming. It's like, you see its blades like slashing across the ice, but you're able to dive off to the side and kind of whap it in the face. And then the other one jumps to you, Georgiana. Once again, you can defend with fight, or you can defend with athletics. I have a 0. Can you beat my 0, Georgiana?
Athletics!
Yeah, you can. All right, you too also have a boost. I won't write it out, but both of you have a +2 to your next roll.
Nice.
All right, Ryder.
I'm gonna pop this guy in the face with my gun.
All right.
Like shoot him. Pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop.
Roll shoot, buddy. Alrighty. How do we do it?
I'm gonna like, because I like rifle butted him in the face, so he kind of like chitters and like slams against like the wall, and I'm gonna pin him with my boot against the wall and just like unload on his noggin.
Hell yeah, you just turn him into a paste. All right, Georgiana.
I'm gonna flip backwards. And
Okay. All right, roll it up. All right, my defense is inadequate. As they go down.
I just shoot him in the gut.
You just shoot him in the gut. All right, as he slides forward, attempting to strike at you again, you do a flip backwards and a quick poof in the gut and poof in the gut. You just blah, blah, and his core being defeated with your gunfire. The creature just crumples into itself and fades. You hear more chittering up ahead, up above.
I'm gonna turn to Georgina and be like, you know what they say?
Boy,
No.
Best shot in the galaxy. I like my gun.
Yes, Captain, you're so cool.
Hey, what about you? That was a dope ass flip.
Thanks.
See, you're not just a pilot. I knew you got some fight in you.
Yeah, but I'm better at being a pilot.
Also, you can tell from your guys' current position, staying here would be a fool's errand. This is most likely probably a real egg, but it might be no good. It's by itself. It's most likely bait. Up ahead, you see another tunnel. This one looks more like a slide, actually. It's a relatively straightforward, but you hear more chittering from above, as if there's either a hive or something. More of these creatures are soon to come, though.
I'm proud. Down we go.
All right, down we go, down we go, down we go. Aldris and Nara, while you guys are waiting there, you hear a slippery sound coming from your right, and you prepare your weapons, except you see Ryder and Georgiana arrive as they kind of plop down a slide directly next to you.
Convenient.
Very
Nice to
convenient.
see you here.
Oh, hi.
Well, hello there.
How's it going?
How's it going?
We were attacked.
Don't worry,
That's
we had
unfortunate.
it under control.
Squinty eyes at Nara.
As you guys-
Wait. Why are you squinting at me like that?
My squinty eyes?
Did you warn us? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did I tune you
Jeez.
out? I might have tuned
Did
you
you?
out.
You didn't even listen to me at all.
My bad.
I did
Pretty much
hours
there's
of
some-
research for y'all.
There's some praying mantis bugs coming at us. We need to get these eggs and skedaddle.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, where are the eggs? Are they
let's
here?
get going.
You guys look up.
All we found was a bait egg, so
You guys look up ahead, and about 50, 60 feet up ahead, you do see some eggs. But along the way, as you guys look throughout this room, up ahead and against the ceiling, you see stalactites. Many, many, many frozen stalactites. And this room is darker and more silent than the others as you guys are going down and down into these caves.
I assume it's getting colder too, right?
It is definitely getting colder, yeah. It's currently
What's
ticked at
our?
2.
We're at 2.
Yeah, so two ticked. 8 to go. You guys
All
are
right, so we have 2 ticked and 0 eggs acquired.
which is to be expected from your research, Nara. The eggs are deeper in, so basically once you get there, you'll have all the eggs you can use.
Could I have brought my mech through these tunnels?
Theoretically, yes, but it would have made a lot of noise and done a lot of damage.
Does Gigi look like she's thinking about it?
Yes,
I look over at Gigi.
she can't help it.
I'm like,
She's always thinking about it.
she's always thinking, don't even think about it.
Think about what?
Do you not hear the amount of noise that I made?
Yeah, and if I had my mech, I could shoot them better.
Maybe you should just be a better shot outside of your mech.
Just shoot better.
Just don't be bad.
How far are the eggs from us?
60
Just know
feet.
what you're doing.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to the first group of eggs.
All right, you're running over?
Yeah.
Don't run over. Walk softly, please.
Casey's running over. All right, you run forward.
We spend so much time trying not to make noise.
Okay, not run, not like sprint, but like a good jog.
A good jog. Okay, a healthy,
good speed walking.
a healthy jog.
No, faster than speed walking, but like not bolting over there.
Right. Quick enough then. Okay, sounds good. I'll
While
go.
we're walking closer.
He
Are
is.
we
All
all
right.
walking closer?
Are you guys following? He kind of went off in a superpower walk, turbo walk.
I'm not going at a power walk, but
Okay.
I'll turn towards it. But
following.
before that happens, turn back to Gigi and I'm like, that was mean of me. I'm sorry. And then I walk off.
You're not forgiven.
Well, in that case, I'm not sorry. And then I keep walking.
Alrighty. Moving in, Ryder, I'll ask you to make an athletics overcome roll. We're trying to beat a just a 1. You're already in motion.
Do a what?
Athletics
So,
roll.
I mean, like roll what?
Athletics. We're trying to beat a 1.
Oh, gang.
Yep, it's overcome
Always.
roll. Holy mother of God. Alrighty. Well, since you were already in motion, fortunately for you, a stalactite comes hurtling down and smashes into the ground. Fortunately, you're able to dodge it with ease. With crazy ease, actually.
With beautiful ease.
With beautiful ease. Unfortunately, another falls, and another falls, and another falls. And for the rest of you, Aldris, Nara, and Georgiana, I'll have to ask you to make the same roll. Except this one will be at 2.
Well, I don't have to shout because we have comms. I'm gonna be like, hey, watch out for falling stuff.
All right.
What are we?
Roll athletics. We're trying to beat a 2. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I die.
Aww.
All right. Well,
We die.
Yeah.
all right. If you guys wish to invoke something, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise,
Can I invoke my own skill to shove Nara out of the way or pull her out of the way?
can you use which skill?
My own on your toes invoke?
No, unfortunately. Oh,
He pushes me really hard.
I
She's
will.
like right next to them.
I will say, if you use that and one of your fate points to help a friend,
Okay.
yes.
Even though she's being mean to me, I do still love her.
All right. Because of that,
Apologize.
you completely help Nara, but to Aldris, you unfortunately did fail. So you have one of two options. You can just outright fail and take the damage, or you can succeed at a great cost. Up to you.
I'll just take the failure. It's fine.
You will take the failure. Alrighty.
I'll be fine.
Alrighty. I guess on that note, you're no longer coming down. That is indeed fixed, like I said it would be. But
All right,
unfortunately,
now can I use my second aspect? I use magic for everything. Try to like block it, like a barrier.
you may definitely do that. Yes. You're trying to beat a 2, so that would have to be a reroll and not a
Yeah.
+2. Yeah. But yes, you can definitely do that. Go ahead and subtract 1 fate point and roll me athletics again, my friend.
I believe.
All right. So as you're diving out of the way, you attempt to erect a magical barrier to deflect these stalactites.
Did it go?
Nope.
I hit it like 3 times now.
Weird.
Please. Oh, unfortunate.
Unfortunate. All right. That is unfortunately still.
I mean, it's better than a -1, right?
True.
Technically, no. It's the same thing. A fail's a fail.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't
The
fail.
number's higher.
Yeah, the number's higher, but a fail's still a fail, unfortunately. Actually, that is equal to a +2 as well. Damn.
Bigger number make me feel good.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, you do dive out of the way, Aldris, but unfortunately, these are much larger and spikier than you were anticipating, and they shatter through your shield and strike and cut into your flesh. Take 3 shifts of damage.
Wonderful.
All right, more noise, unsurprisingly. As you all begin to move forward, you hear a slithering and a shifting up ahead and all around you. But fortunately, your quarry is up ahead. You see plenty of eggs, at least 8. What do y'all do? These are not frozen down. They are seated nicely in
There's
snow.
Eggs up ahead.
There are 2 bundles of 4 eggs.
I'm gonna go over to one of the bundles.
Okay.
And try to pick them up.
Okay. Are you using the device that you have?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pick them up and put them on the device.
Perfect. Okay. I don't know where to put this. Here, I think. Yes. Okay. I'll go ahead and put that on your token. That will say Ryder has 4 eggs on him. So
Dang,
Ryder,
dang.
you deploy the device, and it kind of it floats over, and beams of light shoot out and create an anti-gravitational force around the 4 eggs that sort of hovers around this device, and this device is chained to you, Ryder. So where you go, the device will go. These 4 eggs are now following Ryder. There are 4 more eggs if anyone wishes to grab them.
I'll grab them.
I'll grab 2.
2 each?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, 2 each. Georgiana has 2, and Nara has 2. Alrighty, we have 8 eggs so far.
Hey,
And
Aldris, are
we
you
need
okay?
to get 12.
I'll be fine.
It is
Only a
indeed
flesh wound.
getting colder. You are in pain, and up ahead is another cave that goes deeper and deeper into the mine. Moria.
Go deeper.
Deeper we go. All right, I'm just gonna put you guys over. I'll keep you guys here actually, and just so we're going deeper since we have not separated from each other. All right, all boosts and such will fade because we're done with that scene. And heading down, you guys see an area that is just really confounding to look at. It looks as if the the worms are able to slither through here without much of an issue. But how a biped is supposed to get through here is, well, somewhat confusing and concerning. The area goes forward, but then it looks like it just kind of dips down, and there's various spikes, stalactites, coming up out of the ground and such. And it's littered. This whole area, it's basically a giant open room. A lot of them are coming up, so they range anywhere from like 50 to almost 100 feet, starting from the ground, then coming up. And you can see, looking down, this whole area kind of shifts down a bit. Not all of them end in spikes. They're actually kind of flat-ish. And you sort of see you could almost jump from like stalagmite to stalagmite. In a way, they're not perfectly even. It would definitely take you some time. You could also go down and almost like traverse a forest of these things to get to the other side. But it looks as if you were a giant worm, you can kind of just slither over them, because similar to, you know, lying on a bed of nails, it doesn't hurt when you're huge and there's a whole bunch of nails.
I'm not sure I keep with that, but all right.
So
I wouldn't personally do it, but people can do it.
Coming from up and down.
Yes, there's spikes and such everywhere, but there's definitely room for a massive worm to move through here. It's just, unfortunately, there aren't enough good steps to get through. So you guys have options. If you wish to go through here slowly, I will add 1 to the tick, and I'll lower whatever the difficulty is and just say roll me stealth so that you're not seen and that you're careful. It'll just be a difficulty of 1. If you guys want to go fast, we can go fast. Or I'll put it this way. If you go slow, I'll add 2 ticks. If you go fast, I'll add 1 tick. And then for fast, I'll let you all choose, but I'm going to default to athletics. If you can think of a different way, that's perfectly fine.
Works for me.
Okay.
I choose fast.
We're going fast? All right, sounds like we're going fast. Okay. Which skill do you wish to use to traverse this area?
I'm good with what I've been using.
Okay, so
Yeah.
athletics.
Athletics works for me.
Okay.
I don't have anything better.
All right. The difficulty on this one will indeed be a 2 for athletics.
Oh dear God, husband.
Oh, I wish I would have waited.
Gotta wait for me to say it.
I choose pilot.
Like I said, if you have extra shit you can somehow use, I will gladly let it work.
If only you had your mech.
Yeah, because you do have.
I had my mech.
You do have so you guys can help each other here. You guys can use so for an overcome roll, you guys can create advantages for each other if you want. Since you guys have already rolled, we can kind of pause it there. We can say someone else. You guys can create advantages for, not yourself usually, not for this at least. You guys can create advantages for each other. Whether you be using a some sort of technology, some sort of item, magic, something. You can help people get through this easier. So Nara, you have like crafts and such. You can help people get through this, or you just succeeded outright. Okay.
Oh. Can we shoot some stalactites over to like make a bridge type thing, or no?
Yeah, sure. We can say you can use, maybe not you because you're shoot 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can shoot it.
He can shoot it. So yes. So
I will suggest my idea to the captain.
yes. So we'll say
And
retroactively.
I listed.
Yeah, so we'll say retroactively. Ryder, you went to help Georgiana specifically. I won't even say what I was going to say because you nailed it.
Whoa!
Yes.
That's out in the galaxy.
All right, so perfect. Here's a perfect example. So Ryder, you shoot and you will say you down and you properly break away the right amount of stalagmites and stalactites. And with this create advantage roll, you can create an aspect with 2 free invokes. So I'll say this aspect is the cleared way, and it has 2 free invokes. Well, that means a +2 or a reroll. So Georgiana, yours turns to a 2, and Ryder, yours would have turned to a 3. So I'll say retroactively, you guys can use that. So now you both succeed because you guys used the create advantage roll. And then Aldris, you can choose to either use magic, boost yourself. Probably don't use athletics. I'm not sure what your athletics is, but it's up to you.
1.
Okay, probably not then.
Well, you know, it's better than mine.
You did succeed.
0.
Your
I
0
did.
still succeeded. You roll 3 positives and a negative.
Dice.
Leave the dice. All right.
I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
Leave it in the heart of the
Oh
cards.
no!
Definitely
mind.
not.
All right.
Oh my god.
This is what I get for believing.
You can use your magic to try to re-roll that.
Leave in the heart of the cart. No, never mind. Wrong game.
God, is
Wrong
there
game.
anything I can do to help that?
I'm trying to
Retroactive.
make like this magic light bridge.
In response, you can use one of your fate points to assist him, but he does have 2 fate points, and he can technically use one of his. Yeah.
So I only have 1.
Yeah, go ahead and use one of your fate points, and you empower your magic, Aldris, as you're beginning to slip up.
Back.
Erect the light bridge. Reroll +1. I believe. There it is, buddy. Hell yeah. All right. You all succeed and get through this room. No one takes any damage. No additional time is added. We are safe. Nothing horrible. Definitely nothing horrible would have happened here. But as you guys leave this room, you look behind you, and Georgiana and Ryder, you recognize some of the creatures that were following you. They're still hot on your toes. Fortunately, they're far away enough that you don't need to currently worry about them as you guys move through this room very quickly. So good job there.
Yeah, but we made
Dodged a bullet.
Follow real fast.
Indeed. Looking up ahead, though, you guys notice that this room, the entire thing was shifting downward, which is what made it so difficult to traverse. Fortunately, that means you are deeper, and further into the caves. I won't say this is the furthest you can possibly go, but this is pretty damn far. And looking up ahead, you can see a plethora of eggs.
I'm gonna look at the group. I'm gonna be like, we need to get 16 total eggs before we get out of here.
I'm sorry, we need to get how many?
16, 4 each.
Yeah, 4 each.
Yeah.
You can get 4 each, and you can also carry one. So technically, you can get more than that, but that's risky.
So we currently have
8.
8.
And
so
in this room, I will not.
More.
Yeah.
Plus potentially 4 more.
Yes, your arms would be occupied, but yes. And I won't tell you how many eggs are in this room because there's more than enough for your group.
All right, you better.
Hey, can you tell me the exact number of eggs in this?
There are 97 eggs.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
And as I say that, there is now 96, 95, 94. And with that, I'll ask you each to roll me some notice.
I don't like that he's counting down.
Please.
Fuck!
Okay, no, I've already made my notice really good.
I don't notice anything because I was talking to the group and
exactly.
I was facing away.
Precisely. As all this bit is happening, you guys are having a chit chat, and Georgiana kind of peels away for a moment as she's checking all the eggs. And just across the way, Georgiana, you actually notice, if you will, another group of hunters. There's only 3 of them, but you indeed notice another group of hunters. They are across the way. They might not notice you. You can't entirely tell, but there are 3.
Do I notice them?
I
don't notice them.
Rolled what? 0. No, you don't.
I rolled a 0. Can somebody point them out to me? Because, maybe they're one of those people that I took that information from.
Is Georgiana the type to crouch down or stand tall?
Stand tall, but you should crouch.
You are short, so...
Stand tall, but you're practically crouching.
All right. I'm not going to crouch, but I will say, psst, psst, Captain.
What?
Incoming! And I point.
And looking across the way, you see 3 bounty hunters.
Okay, group up. Huddle up,
right.
Huddle up real quick.
Huddled.
We get in the huddle. All right, I'm like this. We're gonna ignore them for now, because this is part of the plan. We get our 16 eggs. We get the fuck out of here. Once we see that they get close to their mothership, we intercept them, steal their eggs, and we have more eggs. And then we bolt out of here like lightning.
I'm
Captain.
down. I think it's a great idea, honestly.
As much as I would love to show off how good of a pilot I am, I think that's a bad idea.
Don't worry, I'm the best shot. I'll just man the guns while you fly away.
All right.
And on that note, you did notice something, Nara. When you looked at their group, one of the 3 bounty hunters seemed to be mechanical in nature. And you remember looking back to your various notes and such that there is something interesting about this individual. A lot of red tape surrounded his file, and you need to know what they were hiding. What does he have inside him? So I'm going to invoke your first aspect, and you want to hack into this guy.
I do. I really do.
Okay, so go ahead and give yourself a fate point.
Okay.
All right. So yes, the team decided peace out, but before you do that, he's right there. He's right there.
While everybody's like about to go, I pull a data pad.
Okay.
Out of my jacket.
Okay.
Or like something, you know, like a whatever it is that I. What do you call those things in?
Wait, are
like
you saying the other bounty hunter group is piecing out?
No, they're
we're
chilling.
Supposed to be piecing out.
Yeah. Okay.
But one of them, who is mechanical in nature, has caught my eye. So do I do it? Which one do I? How do I? I tried.
So I will say this roll is slightly different.
Stunts? Not quite a stunt.
Right. So in terms of how this one's going to play out, it's really loud. Good, but it's really loud. All right. So we're going how this is going to play out. To hack into him and actually get the goods, you're going to need to get closer, whether that be through stealth or whether that be through walking up and chit-chatting with them, or your party chit-chatting with them. You're going to need to get at least within 10 feet of him.
That's really close.
Yes.
That is really close.
Yes.
I'm okay.
You can try it from 20 feet, but you'll have a disadvantage. 10 feet is that juicy.
I need to get it close. I want to see it.
Yeah.
See it with my note. Where is everybody else around me?
Can we start collecting the other eggs while she's doing this?
Sure. How many eggs would you guys like to grab? They are huge, so it's be relatively obvious that eggs are floating. Remember, so imagine like a Banjo-Kazooie. These eggs are like floating around you. It's really obvious.
Well, Aldris needs 4, and then Gigi needs 2 more.
Yeah. So do you guys want to grab these eggs now? If you want, you can. This thing is like a belt. You can take off the belt and leave it on the ground, and it will float around the belt. Stay there.
I mean, yeah, I'd
before
rather
you
grab
do your
them.
thing, load up your belt before you go to your thing.
I'm staring at this. I'm like, I'm like staring at him, and they're like handing me an egg, and I'm like just holding it there.
Okay. All right. I'll just start. Are you grabbing eggs?
I guess, yeah.
All of them, or just like 1 or 2?
I'll get 1 or 2 for now.
Okay. So you only have 2, which is not too crazy looking. And Georgiana?
I'll grab 2 more.
Okay. All of you have maximum eggs for Aldris. It will be relatively easy for you to grab the last 2 Aldris, so you don't need to worry too much about that. But you guys are all egged up. This is wonderful. All right. So
On that note,
have you shared this information with your friends that you want to hack that boy?
I say, Cap. I gotta do it. And I start moving forwards.
All right, are you guys going to do anything to assist her in this?
I'm gonna try to stealth my way over.
No. I like watching her work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch her.
Okay.
Because we already plan on thieving from these people, so I don't want to talk to them.
All right, Aldris, do you wish to assist?
Oh, she's sneaking up.
Yeah, mechanically how it works is you would just create an advantage for her to. So basically.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about how I would do that. Like, I feel like a darkness cloud is a little too obvious.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
What about a fog?
What if you?
It is foggy down here. It's cold.
Like she was an egg. That was. I'm kidding.
He looks like an egg.
It's just a box.
Could do fog or
It's never just a box.
Snake. Otacon.
maybe.
Down in my ass cheeks clapping keeps on notifying the
Oh, no. Stop.
Come on, help me out.
How much light is down here? Basically, just like flashlights and stuff.
Yes.
Probably
so yeah, so they clearly have flashlights. You guys have your flashlights, which are currently off because you're trying to hide. And there is a small amount of light that's coming through the ceiling, refracted through the ice.
I'll just make it a little bit foggier in here.
Okay.
So it's harder to see.
Sure. And just go ahead and roll me some lore as you prepare a fog cloud to follow around Nara. Wonderful. We'll say this indeed is what we're shooting for. And we'll just say that creates a temporary boost for Nara. And we'll say that's just clouded in a good way. So Nara, which will give you a +2 or a reroll, Nara, which you can invoke for free. Just roll me stealth. We're trying to beat, I want to say, okay, I'll ask you, are you sneaking up 10 feet or 20 feet?
I'm trying to sneak up to 10 feet.
Okay, 10 feet.
To get 10 feet within them.
10 feet is so fucking close.
That's really close.
It is really close.
That's going to be a challenge rating
I'm trying to hide behind some eggs and fogs.
That's a challenge rating of 4 then. As you slowly start sneaking up, roll me some stealth.
Lord.
Okay, you have the smoke, which gives you a +2, so that's a 5.
Nice.
So you succeeded. All right. So you are within 10 feet of this robotic person. And you whip out your data pad. And now that you're this close, you're going to actually need to hack into him with your burglary skills.
All right. Do I get a plus on that at all?
So your burglary is a +3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My notice is a +3 because I'm a robot man. So we're going to roll against each other and then see who wins. And of course, if you want to invoke one of your hoo-has, you're more welcome to do so. But all the same.
How can I invoke it?
So first you roll. And then if you lose, or if you want to win more.
I do.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me some burglary. Your hacking skills, you whip out your data pad. Oh, get shit on me. I rolled 4 negatives. All right, normally this person would be very aware of their surroundings, but as you...
But suddenly there's all this fog there.
There's all this fog. These eggs are looking real nice. And he starts collecting them along with his other 2 compatriots. And the 3 of them are just collecting eggs. It makes enough sound that Nara, you're able to sneak up within 10 feet of this dude. And you don't have time to, look through the data now, but you're just like slurping, you're drinking his milkshake up.
Oh, whoa.
I drink your milkshake.
Delicious. My favorite meal. So I'm transferring all this onto my...
Yeah. And he's not going to know you did it. You succeeded by a massive amount.
All right. The second the download is completed, I start backing away.
Okay. We'll say that can all happen in one swift motion. And spending the time here like we are, I'm going to add one more tick to the frozen meter. You guys have 6 left, so...
So I stealth again?
No. You succeeded so handily with all those. I'll say you're able to move back, but we're taking the time to stealth. While she's James Bonding over there and snaking it up, 3 of you just watching, or...
Yeah, I'm just watching her work.
Okay.
I'll grab more eggs.
You grab 2 more eggs? Okay.
So, I think I want to update the plan, guys.
Okay.
So, even though...
Am I over there yet?
You're crawling and you're within earshot.
Intercepting them before they get to their ship, I think where we should do it, which would be more strategical, would be beating, aka hightailing it the fuck out of here right now, but finding where their dropship is and meeting them over there with our mechs, so they're on foot, we're in our mechs, they can't really say no at that point.
Yes, I suppose that's accurate.
I'm probably riding high on success, so I'm down for it.
Huh?
I'm probably riding high on my success, so I'm all for it.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Let's get the fuck out.
Okay. You guys begin to leave, having taken your 6...
Sorry. I grab 1 egg.
Physically?
Yes, to physically hold.
Okay. To happen to hold. All right, does anyone else want to hug an egg?
Yeah, I hug an egg.
All right.
Nah.
All right. Your arms are free. Georgiana, you hugging an egg? You an egg hugger? All right, your arms are also free. Ryder and Nar walk up to you guys holding this giant 2-foot egg as you guys waddle out of the room. So obviously you can't move at a quick pace with this. You guys taking the same path out that you took in?
That was too steep.
It is. So you guys could either take a different route, or you could, which you don't know where it's going to lead. It's going to go up.
Help me get up that slope.
Sorry, what?
Well, my like, cause the shoes, cause I'm imagining what I have on my feet is like what Star-Lord uses to fly around.
Yeah.
So would that help me with using the egg, like it's flying at a slow pace up the slope?
So it would. So anything would help you guys, but it's going to need a roll. So, for example, one of your aspects to be something along the lines of having trinkets or some tinkering something. What you could do is you could roll, and then you could say my robotic arm is like a Swiss Army knife, or maybe like robotic parts. Regardless, you need something to that. So whether you roll craft or something else, you would need to reflect it in that sense. If that makes any sense, because you don't. While you have the item, it can't mechanically do anything by itself because we haven't officially created it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So like what are you rolling? Like realistically, your athletics is one of your better skills anyway. So that's probably gonna be you're gonna nail with that. And obviously your shoot's super freaking high. So you'd roll craft or something, but your craft is low, so that wouldn't really help you too much. You could for yourself roll. I know this is weird, but you could roll resources to create an advantage for yourself, meaning your wealth, how much money you spent on these things. I know it's kind of out there, but you would roll resources to create an advantage, and if you fail, then that's going to suck. And then you could boost yourself, basically, boost your athletics roll.
I mean, that's why I was saying pilot, because I'm kind of piloting my body with these robotic things on my feet.
That's a weird stretch, but we can go with that. That's odd, but yeah. So are we taking the same path or a different path?
I mean, me and Aldous can fly up. I don't know about the other two.
Yeah, well, I can't fly.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Can I try to make like a anti-gravity area so they can just kind of like float up? They just do like a little jump and float up?
Yes,
To, like,
so
help
to traverse this whole thing, holding this many eggs, if you wish to help Aldris and if you wish to float up at a normal pace, Ryder, I say that would actually add 3 ticks of coal because this is going to take some time. And you would, without losing any eggs, of course, because you guys would keep all your eggs. I would say roll, basically create an advantage, Aldris, for them, and then they would just roll what I'd have them roll, and then they would just go with that now. And then Ryder, same thing. Just create an advantage for yourself, and then roll realistically athletics make the most sense of just kind of zooming through. But that will add 3 ticks to the colt you guys want. This is where we're ensuring we take the time to not lose any eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this will traverse the whole thing. You guys will be out back to your mechs. So it's not just halfway. All right. So we'll start with Ryder. Yeah, Ryder, yours is simple. So roll pilot to create an advantage first. And I'll say you want just okay. I was gonna say a 1.
Well, damn.
So realistically, you can invoke your high concept. You are one of the best bounty hunters, so that would make sense. You know, being able to use your stuff. If you fail, unfortunately, nothing happens. So nothing negative, just nothing happens. And then you just roll athletics raw.
So roll athletics right now?
If you don't want to boost your pilot skill, yes, you just roll athletics raw. And for that, you want to. You're taking your time too. Excellent. Alrighty, Aldris. You're boosting basically everyone, so I will say this is difficulty 3.
Oh boy.
For create advantage. Hey, nice. All right, hell yeah. Okay, so with that, Georgiana and Nara, just roll me athletics with this boost, and then we should be good. Just once again, a 2. Okay, Nara, that brings you to a 1, but you're just short. So either, well, if you okay, so I'll put it this way. Basically, you guys are floating upward. Aldris, you're trying to like lower everyone's gravitational pull so we can float up easier. It's taking some time, but you know this is actually while it is taking time, it's safe. You're not making any noise. You don't need to fight anything, and nothing's getting in your way. You're basically floating over everything, and it's like, you know, you feel like you're cheating. It's great, but it definitely works. Unfortunately, Nara, you're kind of off balance. Things feel a bit off. So I will let you choose. Either lose 2 eggs, or lose 1 egg and add 1 coal.
Don't you lose 2 eggs.
No, I'm not gonna lose an egg. I will lose 1 egg and take a cold.
Okay. So there's only 2 ticks left. It is freezing. Her balance is slightly off, Aldrist, because there's so much eggs. They're like rolling around everybody. You're trying to focus on your magic while flying at the same time. It's impressive you're able to do this at all, if I'm being entirely honest. But all the same, you do it. And all 4 of you kind of slowly float out with eggs spinning around you. But it is indeed getting colder and colder and colder. There are only 2 ticks left until you are, and basically until in your suit, you're just kind of completely frozen. Getting into your mech will slow this substantially, but it is getting colder. You can tell the planet itself is actually getting colder.
All right. How long until we get to our mechs?
You're there.
Okay.
Will I get in the mech?
You guys have traversed past all the bullshit.
Load up the eggs.
All right. You guys load up your eggs into your mechs. There's a bit of snow and a bit of frost covering them. But fortunately for you, your mech is able to shake off the cold with relative ease.
All right, so we need to find where these guys landed so we can cut them off before they leave.
All right. You're not entirely sure where they are, but Nara, your hacking lets you know, along with Georgiana's skill from earlier, that this is the group you all ran into and you hacked and you spoke with. So you've got some information on them. And because of that, you actually know where they landed. They took the risky and quick route. Seeing that there are only 3 members there, you're probably to assume they lost some people along the way.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck.
I let everybody. I messaged.
I need a hospital, but not for me.
Basically.
I guess I let everybody know. I hailed them all on like a group chat.
Okay.
Like, hey, I've got some info.
Well, I mean, didn't we know that you hailed them because you were on the bridge with all of us?
Yeah, but like I'm letting you know that this is who I did hit that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's confirming the information that you guys technically know the location.
Who's that red guy, by the way? The robot dude that you hacked in?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Who is it?
You don't necessarily have the time to look over that right now. As I mentioned, the temperature is going down and down and down. But you can tell that he himself might not be important, but someone is probably bankrolling him. Because from what you can tell, as a quick overview, the tech he's using is top of the line. It's new stuff. You notice that it was definitely a top to bottom robot man. So there's no flesh in there at all. But even a pure mech would have some issues going through this cold. It is freezing, but he wasn't wearing any kind of suit. So whatever he has, whatever's like running him, is somehow resistant to absurdly low temperatures, which is actually very impressive.
Know where they landed?
You guys know where they landed. Yeah, it'll take you a second to get there. It won't add anything to the cold, but you guys will get there.
Okay, I'll fly. Let's fly over there.
I let him know where it is.
Okay. As you guys
begin to give the coordinates to everyone.
You begin to pilot your mechs. Since we're now back in those, you can switch to your mech mode if you wish.
Mech mode,
activate. All right, shift onto turbo, all that good shit. All right, you guys begin to saunter over as you do, as your boosters kick to life and warm your mechs back up. All the sleet and snow falls off of your mech as you all move forward. And you hear somewhat of a rumbling and a cracking in the distance, but you're not entirely sure what it is. They're not too far away, but they're far enough, and you guys realize that you should probably kick up the speed just a wee bit before you get there. Up ahead of you guys is actually somewhat of another storm. This will be relatively difficult to get around if you wish to fly through it. Same song, different dance. You'll have to do the pilot maneuver to get on through there if you wish, or take the long way around.
Georgina first.
Yeah.
All right, pilot it up. This is going to be the same as last time, except it's going to be 3, 2, 2, 1. All right, nailed it. And then Aldris. Mr. Bird. Oh no, is Mr. Bird dead? Me thinks he might be. All right, Ryder. There we go. Okay, you nailed it. And then Nara. All All right. Oh god, anyway. He actually almost failed that. Okay, cool. Excellent. There we go.
No, my roll.
The official roll. Yours is better. Perfect. Alrighty. The four of you are able to cut through the storm, much like you did before. Fortunately, your eggs are safe inside your mech with you. You don't need to worry too much about damaging them at all. And you guys move at just the right pattern as to not damage any of the eggs. Congratulations. Up ahead, though, you hear more cracking. And a strange sound rings out in the distance. As you pass the storm, you see that, in general, this entire planet has actually begun to kick up a bit. You can see through the winds now. It's not like the storm you just passed through a moment ago where you could only rely on your sensors to get through. You can actually use your eyes for this one with relative ease. You see their landing pod, so they didn't bring a mech for this. Points to you guys. It is covered in ice, though. You see that from a distance. The landing gears and everything are beginning to shift as the bridge begins to lower the landing as it's greeting the pilots on their return. Except you don't see them. They might be running or too small or off in the distance. It's difficult to make out exactly where they are.
Hail Aldris. I'm gonna pretty much tell him like to fly over like pretty much like where everyone needs to position themselves. So I'm thinking like Aldris, you like fly like on top of their ship because you're like a bird, and then like me and the rest of us are just gonna like try to fly in front of them to like block them off.
Alrighty. As you begin to fly forward, Aldris, you pause for a moment as you hear another great cracking in the ice. And as you do, you see a massive worm burst forth from the crust as it begins to wriggle and writhe. This isn't one of the bigger ones, but it is still very girthy indeed. It's maybe...
Can I message Ryder?
Yes.
I'm like, abort mission.
Negative.
Abort!
The worm begins to writhe around. It's maybe a half mile or so away from their actual ship, and it starts moving about looking for their ship. You can't entirely tell where it's coming from and what precisely it's doing, but behind you guys you hear another cracking, and then finally you actually see them break free. You see snow and ice blast forth as you see lasers and such, actually led by this robotic unit that you saw, Nara. He's firing something from his arm cannon. It's a very, very, very bright and red as this beam of heat cuts through the ice. And you see only two of them running now, and they have a few eggs with them, fortunately. But behind them, you see a worm that scales the other one, is much larger as it pushes the mountain effectively out of the way. This entry just completely melts before it as its teeth just spin and grind all of the ice and everything in front of it into just nothing.
How big is the worm?
This boy is big as shit. He is... You guys could ride him like a pony if you want to.
Are we talking like dune worms?
Alaskan bullworm.
I'm gonna come up with the comm. All right, new objective. We're gonna abort, but everybody focus their fire on their getaway ship, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
This one...
You wanna listen to me? I see how it is. Now it's your idea.
Wait, what?
I said to abort the mission. You said...
Sorry, I have no idea what you just said.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
She did say, she's like, I did say abort, though.
Right, yeah, well, I didn't know how close the worms were.
So you guys are at least... When I say a mile away, you guys are your max, so that's actually relatively close. This worm is a dune-sized worm if you guys were humans. So it's that big. It's a big sumbitch.
Definitely abort mission.
Yeah, you guys could ride this thing, but you'd be like, you know, yeehaw!
And ride it in our mechs?
Yeah, but like, if you've seen Dune, you're very small compared to like the size of this thing.
Huge.
They're huge, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. The other one is like a third the size of this one.
Yep, I'm not doing it. I'm
going. A mile away?
Yes, but that doesn't really mean much with the size. It could turn and get to you guys, and you could turn and get to it very quickly if you wished.
I quickly do not wish. I go back. I back up.
All right. And the rest of you?
Okay, question before anything else.
Yes.
If I did try to shoot at their ship, how challenging would that be?
Are you trying to destroy it?
I don't want them to take off.
From this
We
distance,
leaving them here
I'd
to
say
die?
I'd say it would be a 4 in this distance.
A 4.
Yeah, you're real far, and it's a rather stressful situation with these 2 worms. The
Okay,
big one is
I wanna
unintentionally moving
fly.
toward the ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna Georgina, because you're the best pilot. I'm gonna tell Aldris and Nara to go back to the ship, start loading everything up. Georgina, come with me. We're gonna fly not towards it, but like at a sloping up angle. That makes sense, like a ramp, but we're going up. So we're getting away from the worms, but we're still like headed in their direction because we're gonna intercept.
Okay.
And you're the best pilot, so I trust you can get to where we're going. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Gucci. All right, Aldris and Nara, head back. We'll meet up with you in a little bit. Get the ship toasty and ready.
I'll turn up the thermostat.
Okay, you 2 are heading back. All right. Quickly or at a leisurely pace. The storm is beginning to kick up, so
No,
Wait,
we're
I'm
bolting
booking it.
over there.
you're booking. Okay, for both Nara and Aldris, make me a pilot roll as you guys are trying to get back. If you're booking it, we'll say 2. Yeah, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Y'all made it.
Nice.
You don't lose any eggs. Y'all are good. You guys fly back to the Kabuto without any real issue whatsoever. All right, Georgiana and Ryder, you see this massive worm. Its absolute girth is preventing from moving too quickly, but all the same, he is hustling. The smaller worm is sort of like going in a drilling motion with its body. It's like, and it's beginning to move towards the 2 survivors. What do y'all do?
We're flying up, so
Okay.
away from land,
Okay.
but in
Yeah.
the direction of their ships.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are now above.
Okay.
Wait, we're above their ship right now.
I mean, you guys can move there relatively easily. Yeah. Nothing's stopping you. The
No,
one that
I'm saying that's where I want to be. So I want to
Okay.
kind of intercept them.
Okay. So then your ships, your mechs kick to life as you guys move to the location that you want. The winds are beginning to kick up. You guys can hold your mech still, but it's going to get relatively difficult soon.
All right. So if we can, are we able to see if they're getting close to making it on their ship?
They're about to enter. Can they
Okay.
kick it to life and fly away in time? Probably not, but all the same.
All right, Georgina, we're gonna fly down and kind of like, you know, the old way, the pirate way. We're gonna use our mechs to rip open their ship and take things.
Okay.
Oh, no, don't take things.
But that's if they can. That's if they can take off.
You're feeling a little violent today, Captain.
Listen, I told Homeboy we would get a lot of eggs, and they have eggs. I didn't say we had to kill them. I just want those eggs.
Hey, Nara, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Any idea where they're keeping the eggs in their ship?
Do I have any idea where they're keeping the eggs?
You wouldn't know that, unfortunately, but presumably there probably are no eggs in their ship. There might be like
Yeah,
maybe
they would.
2 at most, because they're bringing them back right now.
Yeah.
You mean like where they would be storing it?
I mean, they're going to be storing it in a ship that's going to turn into scrap metal
So,
possibly before they get to the ship.
that's on, like, how big roughly is that ship that's on land right now?
It is about the size of maybe take both of your guys' mechs and like combine their mass.
So, like, bigger or smaller than the Millennium Falcon?
A little smaller.
So, like, Slave One?
Yeah.
Like Boba Fett's ship?
A little bigger than Slave One, yeah.
Okay. Got you.
I say,
We're wasting our time doing this because that's a good point. The eggs aren't even on board yet.
yeah.
No. I'm
Say.
saying, like, they're gonna get, if they can make it to their ship, then the eggs will be on board. Then we can steal them.
Well, then we need to wait till they're just in the sky then.
No, yeah, that was the plan. Sorry.
Personally, I don't think that this is time efficient.
All right, so if you guys are waiting for him to get into the sky, I'm just going to roll and see what happens with the worm. All right, I'm just going to roll a straight up. I'm just going to straight up roll. No pluses. Just roll against roll. Okay, so this is the worm attacking them, and this is their defense. Alrighty. Unfortunately, the worm is going to take one of them down, and then once again, this is going to be... Will they survive? Because there's 2 worms, and then... All right, worms got negative. They got 3. Okay. Fate has decided. All right.
Assuming Red Robot Man has entered the ship.
Yes, he enters the ship alone, and you see it very quickly roar to life. And as it begins to ascend, you see the worm coil onto itself and lunge and jump. But as fate would have it, if you will, the winds push the worm one direction and push the ship another, and it just barely misses, one of its teeth scraping up against this small ship.
Were we able to see if he brought eggs aboard?
From this distance, since you guys have been watching, you can see that he brought at least 3 eggs, but the other 2 got completely smashed. Whatever he had on him is gone. He is nothing. And the ship begins to ascend and go in your guys' direction. He is by no means paying attention. You can tell he is just gunning it.
Intercept the ship.
Intercept. Shall I roll pilot?
Yes, to intercept the ship, I would say roll pilot. He is booking it, so you're going to roll against mine. Wonderful. All right. You both succeed. So as he is hurtling up forward, the 2 of you actually grab onto his ship. His thrusters bite and kick up against you. But due to the cold, he decides it's not worth overheating them and possibly damaging the ship. He quickly turns off the thrusters and just kind of leaves it idling for a moment.
His talkie thingy.
Sorry, what?
I'm going to try hailing him.
He actually hailed you first.
Oh, okay.
And you see a small image pop up of the individual that you saw. It is indeed the robotic gentleman, and no expression on his face whatsoever. He's just staring at you.
Did he say anything?
No, he's just kind of staring.
All right, Tin Man, I'm gonna make this super easy for you. Hand over the eggs, and you can go back to your ship, and you won't get hurt. And we'll go our separate ways.
You see him turn around. He turns back to you. Are you threatening him, or are you asking in a more nice way?
I'm just letting him know that this is what's going on. I'm not threatening.
It's a promise.
I'm saying it just in a chill way. Okay.
But you're threatening to kill him, right? If he doesn't comply.
I didn't say kill.
You are still threatening, right?
What else is that?
I might be threatening him, but I'm not saying
so
kill.
Go ahead and roll me provoke. Okay.
Well, that almost had a plus.
Almost.
So I would say, due to the situation, I will say you can invoke this for free. And the situation being, he's captured, and there's a worm behind him. So due to that, I'll have him roll against you. Shit. So you can either go for a re-roll or a +2 and invoke one of your own aspects. Up to you. So obviously the +2 gives you a 2. If you invoke this, if you re-roll, you might just beat him. So, all right. Unfortunately, the dice decided
I can't +2 that, right?
You can +2 it if you poke one of your concepts, one of your aspects. And I would say I think you can invoke your high concept. Yeah, I think you can invoke your high concept. So that would just cost 1 fate point, and that would just kind of tie it up. And as he sees you, you could see, once again, there's no emotion in his face, but you could tell he was going to do something drastic. And you see a quick curt nod. He gets up and moves with utmost grace to the back of the ship. You can still see him just barely. The communication here is fuzzy at best. You see him prepare something, and he hails your ship, Georgiana, as the back of his ship is more so facing you. And as it does, you see the back end actually open, and this small package shoots outward, and it kind of boosts. It goes and so it's like floating there, and you can tell that he actually loaded the eggs into this thing for you to grab.
Take it.
Okay. You quickly zip on over. You see it close, his ship that is. He moves back into the pilot seat and just gives you a quick nod, Ryder.
Thanks for doing business with you. Peace out. And I zoom off of his ship.
All right. He closes the hail. You see his ship kick back to life, and he flies away back to his original ship.
See, GG wasn't that bad. We got the eggs.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna let you destroy that robot though. Nara's fascinated by him.
Don't worry, I didn't want to kill him anyways.
Alrighty, and with that, you guys return.
With the Iron Man.
You guys return to the Gabuto with eggs aplenty. You guys got tons of eggs.
Did you say Gabuto?
Gabuto.
Gabuto.
Look at all these eggs we got. Are you kidding me right now? Look at all these eggs.
Where's all the eggs?
4, 4, 5, and 7.
Me and GG land on the ship, get out of our things. I give her a big high five for awesome game plan working.
Awesome teamwork.
All right, GG, let's get the fuck out of here.
Sounds good to me.
All right, looking down at the planet, you can tell that some horrible, horrible storm just now cut through, and you can't even see the worms from this distance, but you can tell that they are writhing and they are angry that their young have been taken.
We did just take a lot of them.
You did, but fortunately, you left in time. With 2 ticks to go, you guys escaped. And with that, also you guys indeed return to Mr. Mans. And he pays you enough.
Wait, can we play that real quick?
You can play that real quick, yeah, sure. You return to the dance hall. As you guys pop back in, both Ryder and Gigi, you see the girls that you guys hit up, and they kind of give you a quick wink and like a hello.
I wink back.
Aldris, as you enter, the bartender kind of gives you a wink like, hey buddy, how was the drink?
I get another one.
This one's on the house.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, we'll say you all ascend the steps to meet with Teve, and he turns again in his massive chromium chair and greets you all. Hello.
What'd I say, Teve? I told you I get all the eggs. Look at all this. Look at all this eggs.
Indeed,
Look at all this. I'm not even scratched.
He doesn't have a mouth to smile with, but you can hear it in his voice. Oh, indeed. I shall be eating like a king tonight.
See, this is why you hire my crew. Just saying. We're the best.
The eyes in the jar nod at that. Oh, indeed, Ryder. I will definitely be hiring you in the future for other jobs of this nature.
Well, I appreciate it. Keep it sleazy. I'm just kidding. Keep it slimy. All right, peace out.
He laughs at that, and you can sort of hear like a strange, wet gurgling sound as the excitement builds within him. And you guys all indeed head out. Mission accomplished. Experience, money rolls in, all the good shit, yeah?
Can we ask Nara who the red guy is now that we have downtime?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably poring over those files.
I know she's definitely looking at those while we're headed back.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
As you go through all that, Nara, you... Once again, you're interested by the caliber of his gear. Maybe who was bankrolling him. Looking at the other members, it's difficult to tell. They're not all nobodies, but this is definitely a mishmash team. No one was necessarily leading them. You think one person kind of put them together, but they've not worked together before, at least not to your knowledge. You guys get around quite a bit. But as you look about, you actually notice that the name or the group that bankrolled him is encrypted. But you pause for a moment, sort of thinking... and you type in a code that you've messed with before, something from your past Nara, and you see very plainly that the group you were with bankrolled this man for some reason. They definitely tried to keep it hidden, though. It was buried deep within the file.
Like
Not hidden from me.
The group that she's running from, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
There's definitely something special about this robot, but you're not entirely sure what it is besides its high caliber specs.
So we don't know his name or anything?
It doesn't necessarily have a name. It has a distinction, a number, like a serial code, but it doesn't
he's
mean
a
anything to you.
robot. It wasn't like one
straight up robot.
thing?
No human part in there whatsoever. If anything, it's an AI. but it was clearly built to do something. And you guys speaking with it, it very clearly understood. It didn't want to fight with you. It had no ego. It wasn't willing to butt heads with you, Ryder. It very much saw, I will die if I do not comply. The glimmer, if that is, that you saw for a moment, maybe it considered suicide. Maybe it thought, I can survive this if I blow the ship up and no one gets the eggs. But it thought otherwise and decided not to. So you're not sure if that's what it was, but you get the sinking feeling that that might have been what it was thinking.
All right.
Gotcha.
Well, I guess I share it with any of them if they ask, but
I asked.
I'm gonna spend a while on looking at those specs and stuff. Wonder if I could.
Alrighty. And
Hey,
with
hey, GG.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, I picked up this special lollipop for you.
You did?
It's light blue. It's a freeze pop.
Ooh, I like it.
all right. End of the mission, end of the scene. Some time shall pass between today's session and next week's session. And in that time, you guys will have 2 milestones. You guys can look it up in the book if you wish. You guys can write it down and I can apply it later. But basically, you're going to get 2 significant milestones, which also includes 1 minor milestone. The minor milestones aren't that big of a deal. Basically, you can switch out aspects. Not really that big of a deal, but you can change out aspects. They're like small changes within your character, like your character arc, effectively. The significant milestone, the important one, is you can add 1 additional skill point, which you can add +1 to something. Now, keep in mind, the rules for this are very strict, and if you read through the book, it tells you how to do it. So it is a pyramid. You can't have your +3 go to +4 because you need to have an equal number of the one under it. So if you have 2 +3s and you move 1 +3 up, you have 2 +4s, now 1 +3. That doesn't work. There has to be 2 +3s and 2 +4s. So basically what this means is you guys get 2 skills at +1 or 1 skill at +2 instantly. So you also can't raise a +1 skill to a +2 without putting a +1 under it, if that makes any sense.
So like I can, so if I have a skill that's +1, I can make it at +2, but then I have to make something that's 0 +1.
Bingo, exactly. It has to stay a pyramid. There's actually a picture in the Fate Core book. If you look up under the part that says significant milestones, the picture literally shows you what the pyramid looks like. I don't know why these character sheets don't have it, but it literally shows like what the pyramid looks like and shows you why it doesn't work to just increase a +1 to a +2. So basically the numbers need to be equal. You always need to have the bottom one always has to be more the one above it. So you should always have 4 +1s and then 3, 2, 1. But now that you guys are leveled, that's going to break a little bit, but that's perfectly fine. So you don't have to decide.
It's like I want to up some stuff that I already have, but because I've been rolling so good, knock on wood, I kind of just want to like add 2 1s to something.
Right, so the most important thing about Fate is your stat is more important than the roll. The roll can, as we have seen, hose you completely, but your stat is way more important. If you have a +5 in something, the worst the dice can be is -4. That's the absolute worst they can be. That should not happen. On average, funnily enough, the dice roll 0 because they have a plus, a minus, and a blank. So if you have a +3 in something, you're almost not guaranteed to succeed, but you're actually good at that. So pluses in this game are very, very, very powerful. Mainly because you're not trying to fight up against an imaginary number, you're trying to go up against other people at the same pluses, and they might not be as good as that thing as you are. So if you're really good at something, that's super important. As I mentioned, we're going to be playing through this Fate campaign quickly, so every time we play, you're going to get 2 levels. We're going to go really, 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 really quick so you guys can get a feel for the characters. I'm also going to say you guys can have another stunt if you want, and if you want, you can also have an extra, but extras are attached to stunts if you understand how that works. You don't need to mess with it. It's perfectly fine. It's extra just fun bullshit. If you think of a cool idea, we can discuss it in the D&D chat in the Discord, or you can put it in Adventure Time, the personal chat, wherever you want, so we can all kind of see it, and we can all kind of go like, okay, guys, does this sound good? You would like this? The one website that I linked in our Adventure Time chat is really good for extra stunts and whatnot. They're all very straightforward, but for example, Ryder, what I said to you is when you defend against an attack, if you like this, you can say, yes, add 1 shift or 2 shifts of damage to the enemy if you defend and succeed overwhelmingly. Because maybe you think of yourself as like a parry king or something. That's something you can totally do. You're more than welcome to do that. But that would definitely be a stunt. So I'll say with this level, if you want me to write it down, I will. You guys get 2 significant upgrades, and you're also going to get 1 stunt point. So I'll put it in the chat. 2
I'm trying to think which one to up right now: deceive or rapport.
1 stunt. So obviously, this needs to be open for you guys to level it. I will keep we're gonna stop the game in like 2 seconds. It was super fun. You guys did fantastic. I'm gonna keep this open for like maybe another hour or so before we go to bed. If you guys can't think tonight, once again, nothing wrong with that. Perfectly fine. You can just ping me in Discord and I'll upgrade your stats, or we'll just do it next week. Not a big deal.
Yeah,
But
I won't be able to do it tonight.
perfectly fine. Y'all did fantastic though, and I will catch you all next week.
Yeah, that was
All right.
quite
Yeah.
fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Bye.